Cut the intro. We're late. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another AAA meeting. I am your host, Sinatra Says, and as usual, I am here alone again. Isn't that wonderful? What's going on, chat? How we doing? Happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a lovely day out there today. What's going on? Kiro Soldier, J. Kate, TC, what's going on? Shiru Gospel, San Miguel, Patio Furniture, how we doing? Zobel, Solo Sin. It does seem to be a pattern, doesn't it? It really does seem to be a pattern. The Sinatra says, yeah, pretty much. I am here. You are not alone. That's true. That is true. What's going on, chat? How we doing? Hope everyone's having a lovely day out there today. And hold on one second. I'm still here, but I'm just walking to adjust my thermostat. Usually like to keep it around 65. Toggle your data switches to on Discord to off. I don't know what that means. It's not a Discord issue, it's a punctuality issue. It's not a Discord issue, it's a punctuality issue. Polly and Drunkle died 4 years ago. I agree. I'm cracking a beer because I'm having a rough day and I need one. I don't even particularly know why. I'm just in a fucking mood today. I'm just in a goddamn mood today. The single A meeting. Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, Sin, did you order a new mic for Sunday? Yeah, I put one on my credit card. Because, you know, it all went to hell when Drunkle started dating his left hand. Agreed. Yeah, I put one on my credit card because, yeah, I fucking need one. If I have to pay the exorbitant interest rate that Capital One charges, so be it. But I needed the microphone for Miss Sin so we could do our show. So, I mean, what can you do? What can you do? I see a couple people out there sharing it out. Thank you so much. Retweeted. Could be an SVB customer. Don't know what that means. Sin's drinking today and for a 3 today. Don't know what that means either. Are you okay, chat? Are you okay, guys? What's going on? What's going on? Remember to move your clocks forward an hour. It's the menstrual thing. You guys are lucky it's like a day. What? You guys are lucky it's like a day. What the hell are you people talking about? Is everyone okay? Does everyone live in toxic-ass Ohio and no one's making sense, or is it just me? I need a few drinks. Well, fucking chug with me. Jesus Christ. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm in such a bad fucking mood. But I am really... Oh, SPV, the Silicon Valley Bank. Yeah, I had that for an article, but I cut it because... I thought we would have too much articles and the three of us talking, but you know. Daylight savings, that I understood. But yeah, I bought a microphone, got an AT2020. It's just a thing to have. Definitely gonna stash money to the side to get her a... Oh. The order's ready. Baby. Gonna set money aside to replace her SM7B, but it's an AT2020, so it's something for the time being. It's a thing that will be there. You get a stroke, we're all having strokes. It's you, it's a joke about hormone. Oh, it's that I'm on my period. Maybe, I don't know. I did not sleep well last night. I'm just cranky. I'm just cranky today. Anyway, guys, how are you, chat? How are you? What's going on out there? You get a stroke. You get a stroke. We have a whole fuck ton of new donations down below. If anybody wants to hit them up, they are all...
Are we going sneaky beaky like?
Roger.
Roger. What was that noise?
I love that one. I love that one. I'm pretty good snootus. Oh, who was that? Big Dave for the hist who shows up on time. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I try. Okay, let me
if you're in a big argument with your girl, call her by her mother's name. Be a man.
Be a man. Here's something for the fucker the only fucker who shows up on time. Manly man shit right there. So the way I look at it is, if you guys are watching the show, you are choosing to spend your time here with me / us. You are choosing to spend your time here with us. Why would I want you wasting your time, and if you support your money for something that doesn't even care to show up on time for you while you're here waiting for us, if that makes sense? Why would I want you wasting it? Like, I know I personally would be annoyed if I were on the other end of this. But that's just me. That's just me. I mean, I could just go get a life. That's true, you could, but I'd rather have you here watching, sharing, and interacting with the chat, liking, etc., etc. But
Are we going sneaky beaky like? Roger. What was that noise?
New dono unlocked. What's this one do? That one do that. That one do that. It should have. Oh, it didn't save. Oh, okay. Hold on. What was that? 2746. Oh, Fostonia, you missed one. You missed one. Oh boy. Sneaky beaky. There you go. Save. Save. Polly gets mad donations and he's not even here. Well, I have their stuff turned off, honestly. Because the way I see it is, why have that turned on if we're having a conversation, if you're having a flow, if you're not even here? I appreciate people who donate, but I'm not letting a donation come through to interrupt what I'm doing for someone who's not even here. It's just my thoughts on it. I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but it's just my thoughts, and I think that's fair. The next dono to unlock is 28 flat. 28, whatever it was probably okay. I think that's just a straight up new one, not just a reordered one. It makes sense. Okay, good. I was worried that someone would be like, well, you're just a fucking asshole for not having their stuff turned on. Because well, that's what I think about it. Honestly, that's why I try my best to be as on time as I can be, if that makes sense. Fostonia said, I'm slipping. Well, you can hit the 28 and really unlock a new one if you want. Or the $2.50 one. Or both if you're a fucking gangster. Okay, cool. People are saying it makes sense. I was hoping so. Because I really don't want to seem like a dick. But that's just the way I see it. That's just the way I see it. Like when we were doing the thing Friday and Polly had a whole fuck ton of donations coming through and it just kept interrupting the flow. It's like, okay, man. So it's going to be just Tucker Friday. No, I have a whole last show ready to go and I am more than willing to go through it on my own. But, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's not much different than I was late to my paralegal job. I get it. And you know what? I'm really not trying to shit talk or do anything like that, but I do feel like it's wrong to do that to an audience. I feel like it's bad form, more or less. I think it's shitty form.
Swing the camera around! I hate the media!
Me too, Napa. Me too. Zuble, I told you fucking guys I would do it. I told you it would happen. Fostonia coming in with, this is top 5, I think. I think it's top 5.
Swing the camera around! I hate the media!
That's top 5. Easily top 5. And let's annotate that. I hate the media? No. Media, there we go. Save. Bang. And Zobels for the 250. I told you I would do it. I could do this. Thank you, Zobels and Fostonia. Much appreciated, lady and gentleman. I thought that was pretty good. I thought that one was pretty good. Don't do Beetlejuice 2 more times, I'm afraid. Don't do the Beetlejuice donation. God dang it, Napa. Oh, I have a feeling we're going to need that donation in abundance tonight because I have a lot of news. I have a lot of news to get through. And I have a feeling that if that one is going to be hit a lot, it's going to be tonight. I get where you're coming from, but the other two Bonsons have a bunch of work stuff and health stuff that you don't have between colds, vertigo, and stuff or whatever. Okay, but no. Okay, but no. Respectfully, I'm not going to get too much into it, but we'll leave it there. It's fine. What happened to the co-host? I don't know. They're just not here. Drunk will text me saying he's at the bar, and Polly just comes when he comes.
I was at the bar, and a friend of mine I've not seen in a while. Turns out it's because he's in hospital.
Oh, hold on. Let me replay that.
Oh, sorry.
Unleashed a beetle kraken. I told you guys I would do it. I'll stick to my word, though. A Witcher will disable it. A Witcher can disable it. But it's here. It's here for now.
I get it takes
Biden
a Witcher
intends to tax
down a
unreal.
demon.
What?
It takes a Witcher to take down a demon.
Biden intends to tax unrealized stocks gains by 401ks. Oh, you guys think they weren't coming for the 401ks? Are you kidding? Of course they were. Anyway, here's Drunkle. Hello.
Hey, what's good?
Oh, just doing the show.
Just doing the show. And I'm sure we have one hell of a show planned tonight.
We do. I would love a Witcher to take out Beetlejuice. I mean, that's what you need to take out a monster. If I had a supernatural donation, that'd be good too, but I have not made one yet.
Oh my god, how have neither of us thought of that? That would be right up our street.
Mm-hmm.
You've just blown my mind.
I can't wait for Henry Cavill to play Connor McLeod. I heard that they approached him to play Soap. I think it was Soap or Captain Price for a Call of Duty movie. I don't know how I feel about a Call of Duty movie, but
No, I don't. Yeah.
I heard that he's been approached to play something in it, I mean, it's Cavill, so chances are it'll be decent, but
Couldn't you look at like any modern war film and call it a Call of Duty movie though? Like, what's the difference going to be? Unless it's in first person. But even when you had the Doom movie, only 30 seconds of that film was in first person.
I think the characters more or less.
I suppose, yeah. But I mean, if you're really, really into Call of Duty, even then you might not still recognize the characters. A lot of people play it for the multiplayer, not the story.
I played him for the story.
I mean, I'm fair play to you. There's, I remember Ghost.
Stop talking over Sin, Drunkle. It's fucking rude. Sin is concisely explain his annoyance, unlike some in chat that spurg and look for drama to stir up. I see you fuckers. I probably haven't even smashed the like button either. That's true. I assume most of them haven't, Feline. I assume most of them haven't, which they should do. If you have not hit the like button, you absolutely should. And maybe share it out. appreciate the 2666. A Call of Duty movie would have glitches and Xbox live chat on full blast. It can't be a Call of Duty movie without some 12-year-old ginger calling you the N-word.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to be a true Call of Duty movie, then you need to have someone shouting out that they fucked your mum constantly. Otherwise, it's just Black Hawk Down.
I think that if you were going to make a Call of Duty movie, you'd have to do it off of the second Modern Warfare. Or maybe even Black Ops. Those are decent premises for movies.
Black Ops 2, certainly. I mean, if we're talking story-wise. However, there's always a danger that when it comes to movies made about games, that they're going to do that really wanky thing of someone gets sucked into the game and they have to fight their way out.
Yeah. Yeah. But then you're just playing the story.
There's been a couple of instances of it being done correctly, like the World of Warcraft episode of South Park, for instance, is widely hailed as one of the greatest.
But now that Drunkle is here, should you guys so choose to do, you can turn them into limes and then turnips. Or I guess a Witcher not only would take out that. Oh, okay, hold on. My brain is formulating ways to monetize this. 45 can turn a John Wick ass kicking can turn him straight into turnips. 25 limes, then 25 to turnips, or a Witcher to take out Litefoot. I don't know. There's some there, but yeah, I think we'll go. A John Wick ass kicking can go straight to turnip. So what does a turnip evolve into? If I had the 4K Drunkle head, it would be that, but I don't have that asset. Yeah, no, I think that if you were going to do that, even if you are a person being sucked into the game, you're just playing the story. You're playing the story. That's it. I'm not really sure how that would work. John Wick should have stopped at the first movie. They just feel like cash grabs. And nah, man, I love the John Wick movies. They're shooty fun. He gets in a sword fight in the third one. Like it's literally nothing there, but it's it's a whole movie of fan service, which I am perfectly fine with. I can get the 4K one for you. If you wouldn't mind dropping it in my DMs, I would appreciate it.
If the Call of Duty movie turned out to be something more akin to Hardcore Henry, I'd be happy.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. Hardcore Henry was one of those, like, once...
Where are we, John boy? If I had to guess, I'd say communist China. Are we gonna die here? Darn fucking tootin'.
I agree. It's just such a shame that it was a kind of, once in a while movies, because everyone I know who has seen it absolutely fucking adored it. I've never heard one person go, it was okay, or it was shit. Everyone loved it. We should be doing more Hardcore Henrys. Combat Thomas threw $5. He said a better movie or show adaptation would be Gears of War series. I mean, who wouldn't pay money to see some fuckwit get chainsawed in half by a chainsaw bayonet? Now, I have played the Gears of War series. The problem I had was when I shoot an enemy in the head, I expect them to die.
They should make a mashup movie of John Wick and Shoot 'em Up. I have not seen Shoot 'em Up, but I will put it on the list. I love watching those shooting movies and just shutting my brain off to them.
Like what I think super hot with a John Wick skin. I think that would work. You remember Super Hot? I know you do because I've seen you play it.
Yeah, I have it for VR.
Okay, so you know what I'm saying.
But guys, before we just jump into the news, I'm going to need everybody to smash the like button, share it out on your social media, and if you feel so inclined, please hit up the slabs. We have a whole bunch of unhit donations listed down below. Let me annotate that 250 real quick.
Can I grab that while you're doing that? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dex Dexter for $1. Call of Duty. Yeah, right. They took a simple idea of Monster Hunter and turned it into Paul Anderson putting his wife into yet another Capcom travesty. They would make Call of Duty another Ithaca. I ain't got a fucking clue what you're talking about, Dex, but thank you for the $1.
If I wanted to see Fallout on the big screen, the show... What? I wanted to see Fallout on the big screen, and the show is currently filming, so I get what I wanted at least. Hey, there you go, Zed. And, you know, people thought The Witcher would be bad, but, I mean, it's going to be. They're not following anything from the story anymore, and I am just now starting the 4th book, I think.
You can understand why people were skeptical about... I mean, I'm sure they were skeptical. I'm sure book fans were skeptical, that's a hard word to say, about the game coming out, but the game turned out to be the best game ever. I was skeptical. They said they're doing a Witcher TV show. I'm like, oh, it's going to be bad, because we've been stung so many times, Sin. We're going to be skeptical.
Are you going to grab that or what?
Sorry, I was expecting you to actually say something in reply. Corbin Thomas for $2 said, if you're shooting an enemy in the face and they're not dying in gears, then you're not shooting, okay, or chainsawing enough. Also, use the talk bar, use citrus. You call me a citrus, that's racist. Thank you, Corbin Thomas.
Well, he's not a citrus yet. You gotta throw 25 for that to happen, and then whatever a turnip is. What's that? A nightshade? A plantain? I think it's a nightshade. And then an extra 25 to get 4K Drunkle. So I mean, he's evolving. He's like a Pokemon. Anyway, we're gonna get into the schnooze. So if everyone could smash the like button, share it out on your social media, and if you feel so inclined, please do hit up that Streamlabs. We have 3 McKinley Club packages that could go out, and you can donate. I think we voted on this. You can donate for somebody else to get the McKinley Club. I currently have a deal with Baba Yaga, or someone donates for her to get it. She gets a Comma Club lighter because she's awesome. And we have 1 single premium comma package left. And if you don't know what the premium comma package is, it's everything from the first one and most of the stuff from the second one. I think the only thing I don't have from the second one is... No, I have everything. So it's 2 full premium package, or 2 full packages for 1 comma. And we have one of my favorite songs ever, redone by the lovely Pinky Salmon. And that's a brand new one. So we can get that. Real talk, though, if Battleneck Mech Warrior...
Hey, boys! Look what I got here! Hey, where are the white women at?
Did you say limes? I did say limes. All right, Mentrix, I will get that going. Drunkle off, limes on, bang. If Mech Warrior got a film or a show, I'd fucking nut. The closest we got was a campy 94 Saturday morning cartoon. I'm not super hip to either of those, honestly. So I may have to check it out. Thank you, Mentrix, and thank you, Zed. Mentrix turning him into limes. We are 25 from turnips.
A turnip you possibly know as a rutabaga.
I don't know if those are the same thing. Sorry, man, I wasn't trying to start drama. No, Dex, not at all. I'm just telling you that is not the case all the time. But yeah, we have 1 premium comma package ready to go and 3 McKinley packages, and you can donate for someone else to get a McKinley. Let's get to the schnooze here, and I want to start with this video from New York, Let's just take a look.
There's no damage between our vehicles, though. I don't give a... Bro, you...
Disabled veteran Charles Donner and his wife Brittany were driving behind Arkansas State Police Trooper Ryan Wingo in Hot Springs, Arkansas, when Trooper Wingo...
Now, what I don't understand here is what are you supposed to do if you're driving and there is a cop in front of you?
Can you full screen it for me? Because I can't really...
Yes.
What was it being vertical? I can't really. Thank you.
Wingo made a sudden U-turn to attempt to pursue a vehicle traveling the opposite direction that was allegedly speeding.
So the cop slams on his brakes and busts a U-turn in the middle of the road, which is not only illegal, it is incredibly unsafe.
Donner honked his horn at Trooper Wingo, and Trooper Wingo responded,
Baba Yaga, I told you, if you find somebody who will do it, you'll get it.
By making a full 360-degree turn, passing another vehicle and pulling behind Mr. Donner with his lights flashing.
So he busted a U-turn to pull somebody else over. This car honked at him for busting a U-turn right in front of them. And then the cop decides, oh, well, the car speeding just doesn't matter anymore, and decides to complete the 360 and pull them over.
When Mr. Donner pulled to the right side of the road and stopped his vehicle, Trooper Wingo crashed into him with his cruiser.
I mean, that's just a wonderful start.
Pull into the parking lot. Pull into the parking lot.
Why are you pulling me over?
Because you're following me too closely and nearly ran into me.
He obviously didn't have a problem with him following too closely.
What?
He was in the middle of another pursuit. He got honked at, and his soy boy fragile ego couldn't handle it.
No, I did not. You slammed on your brakes. You had no brake. You had no turn signal or nothing.
I had to turn around on the car without speeding. I'm doing my job out here, sir. Give me your license.
You hit me. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll see you in court, dude.
I don't even blame this dude for being fucking pissed off.
Oh, yeah, you would be, though, wouldn't you? I mean, so... You're getting blamed for something that clear... Dash cams save a lot of money, people. Get one for the front of your car and the back of your car. They save a lot of fucking time and hassle.
Yeah, look at my car.
Rough week, Luna? Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear it, buddy. Me too. Here, I'll share a toast with you. Cheers.
Hey, take a seat in the car for right now. We're on traffic stop right now.
Hey,
okay?
Shit, you hit my car.
We're on traffic stop right now.
Out here.
I want to see the damage done to my...
Give me a minute. We're on...
He won't even let the passenger out to see the damage to the car because they're on a traffic stop now.
Well, the copper knows he's in the wrong here.
Cheers, son. Cheers to you, Lunar.
Traffic stop right now. Once I get done with my traffic stop, we're following too closely.
I was not following too close. Clearly you were. You hit me.
I don't think it's a crime to follow somebody too closely, and there's literally no proof that he was doing that.
You stopped in the middle of the roadway.
What?
It's one thing when you know it's a civilian that does this, you know, is obviously in the wrong and says that it was your fault. My mother had it as what someone reversed into the side of her car and blamed her, saying that they hit them. My mum hit them. And even the people on the insurance just went, I'm sure you didn't mean to hit them with the side of your car, right? Even they knew what was going on. But when a fucking policeman, you got to sit there and be compliant when all you want to do is call the guy a fucking retard.
Which you can do because it's protected speech under the First Amendment. You can do whatever you want to him except get out and smack him in the head.
Well, more important, the police can do whatever they want. At this point, it's, you know, they're not going to face any repercussions until later,
including smacking you in the head.
Well, yeah, but he's more likely to smack the driver in the head.
Oh yeah,
Dex
absolutely.
For $1, he said, "Isekai, that thing where somebody from the real world goes into whatever bullshit fantasy world." Okay, it's amazing we don't have an English word for that. Thank you, Dex.
Sir?
No,
I didn't stop. I got over and I was in the lane.
You
trying
stopped
to
in the
speed
lane.
back up. No, I was trying to speed back up.
Okay,
you
sir.
slammed on your gas.
Okay.
And you hit us.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I told you why I stopped you because you were following me too closely.
But I wasn't. But
okay.
We'll see in court.
Okay. Do you have an ID on you, ma'am?
You don't need her ID.
Yes, I do.
He's right. You don't need her ID. Like, if you're you can deny a cop to see your ID whenever.
Actually, for the accident report that you so want, sir.
Yes. I do want it.
Okay.
You f***ing hit me.
There's no damage between our vehicles, though.
I don't give a f***, bro. You f***ing hit me.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Can you replay that?
Yeah,
Did
look
anything that actually happened?
Trooper Wingo rips
Look how
open
quickly
Mr.
that...
Don.
Yes. I do want it.
Okay.
You f***ing hit me.
There's no damage between our vehicles, though.
I don't give a f***, bro. You f***ing hit me.
Oh, he swore. That was his crime, swearing.
Yeah.
Trooper Wingo rips open Mr. Donner's door, orders him to exit the vehicle, and
At what, again, I have to ask, at what point are you able to say, like, if you got out and, like, overpowered that cop physically while he's trying to grab you, at what point do you get to say this is self-defense? Because cops cannot / should not be able to act with absolute impunity, especially like this.
That's more of a philosophical question than a legal question, I think.
No, that is definitely just a legal question.
Well, no, I mean, but then the cop in this instance, if you start defending yourself against a cop who's going too far, legally, yes, you are in the right, but philosophically, you're going to get your fucking head kicked in.
Okay.
places him under arrest for disorderly conduct. Not only was Mr. Donner's conduct not likely to cause a public disturbance, as he was only speaking to Trooper Wingo, but profanity is protected speech under the First Amendment, and citizens cannot be arrested for simply using curse words.
You're under arrest for disorderly conduct, sir.
Some freedom pewing should be within the rights. I think so too. Like, I just don't know where that line is. Like, if he pulled his gun on the guy, is that the line? Like, if the guy's swearing at him and he pulled his gun on him, is that still self-defense? He pepper sprays him. Is it self-defense then? He shoots at him. How about then? It's I have a lot of questions, but if you think that's bad, take a look at this one. Police shooting of Farmington man labeled brutal murder by the family. Less than a day after a man's family released a statement, Farmington released details. So this kid, 25 years old, he was pulled over, refused to show his ID because the cop would not tell him why he was pulled over. Then it escalated to the point where the cop, I think it was 5 cops, shot this kid. Damn near execution style. 5 cops shot this kid. But it turned out, what's interesting is that his mom had a pre-existing lawsuit against this specific police department. His mom sued the department over some other thing. Police fired 12 shots at this kid. Utah law student during a traffic stop were instructed to turn off their body cameras minutes after the shooting. Chase Allen, 25, was gunned down in his vehicle by 5 cops, Farmington police in Davis County on March 1st. Police claims he was made a target when he failed to exit his BMW 3 Series, which was parked outside of a local post office. A coincidence? Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure this is absolutely a coincidence, 100%. The Allen's mother, who previously sued the police department over her own traffic incident, said she imagines her son was terrified for his safety during the traffic stop. I bet. You need 5 cops for one guy who won't show his ID, 25-year-old kid? Yeah, this was absolutely not a coincidence. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. This is not a coincidence. You cannot park in front of federal buildings. Yeah, but these buildings have parking lots where you can park. So that's not likely to fly. About 4 minutes after the shooting took place, a call went over the radio telling cops to turn off their body cams. The first call out to officers off the scene were told to turn off their cameras. Shots were fired at 3:27 p.m. Jesus Christ. Quote, 10-4, all units on the Farmington incident, make sure your body cameras are shut off. Yeah, no, this sounds 100% like an assassination. 100%. intimidation turned into a revenge kill. Well, they said the kid was, quote, they claimed the kid has a gun, but of course he didn't. So yeah, no, this is 150% I would bet money this is either revenge or some kind of intimidation tactic to get the mother to drop her lawsuit. I can't imagine any other scenario where 5 cops would need to shoot a kid in the car, a 25-year-old kid, 12 times because he wouldn't show his ID. I can't think of any reason why that would be. But what you need to focus on is the fact that Trump is a, quote, serial rapist, end quote. Senior Democrat makes outrageous claim on MSNBC. She slams CPAC as a gathering of sexual predators and says anti-woke means anti-black. Literally just I mean, of course it's fucking NPC, but yeah. Isn't it slander? I think it is slander.
You're either with us or against us didn't work for George Bush when he was declaring war on Iraq, and it's not going to work here. That's the new thing. Yeah, if you don't agree with me, then you're a bigot. If you don't agree with what I say 100%, then you're some kind of phobe. And it works online, but it doesn't work in real life. Thankfully. Yet.
Yeah. Isn't that slander? Yes. It is slander, but of course these people will never be held to account because they just don't. And, you know, they're the right people saying the right things, so they don't have the same legal system that we have.
Do you ever wonder how in 40 years what people are going to think when they look back on this time now?
It's probably going to be much worse then.
Do you think? Look, I mean, the whole... Because things change generation to generation. You know, for every conservative generation you get, there follows a liberal generation, which I think is probably just down to rebelling against your parents. So it's going to change back and forth, but look, I'm a left-wing motherfucker, but even I look at this woke bullshit as what it is, utter fucking bullshit. You can't say that's not funny, words of violence. In 40 years, surely people are going to look back and go, what the fuck were people thinking giving these people a voice?
And we have video of this.
Let's be clear what anti-woke means. It's anti-black. And I think people are very reluctant to say it, but I don't mince any words. And that's the truth.
Why? You know who the least woke group of people I've ever seen are? Openly homophobic, openly transphobic, actively...
Not a fan of Asians.
No, not a fan of Asians or Jewish people. Huh.
That's their way of, you know... sounding the dog whistle without being extremely explicit. And let's also not ignore the fact that CPAC has become a gathering of sexual predators. Let's be honest. Matt Schlapp, the chairman, was sued for $10 million for allegedly groping a male staffer on the Herschel Walker campaign.
You realize that just because somebody was sued for something does not mean they were convicted. It means that somebody wanted money from them, more than likely.
Well, look at...
Like Joe Biden was sued for literally raping somebody. It does not mean he's a rapist.
Look at the whole Rittenhouse trial. Despite the fact that he was found innocent and acquitted of all crimes, people will still say, no, he was guilty, he's a murderer. And for some reason they bring up OJ. Innocent until proven guilty means nothing to these people, Sin. They are frothing at the mouth for some socially sanctioned hatred.
Campaign. And then he shares a stage with Jim Jordan, who allegedly covered up sex crimes at Ohio State. And then he was followed by Matt Gaetz, who was just investigated by the FBI for teen sex trafficking. And then he was followed
and not convicted of anything. The corrupt FBI and DOJ couldn't find anything on Matt Gaetz. So I think that kind of proves that there is literally nothing there for them to find.
Followed by Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's an adulteress, and then Lauren Boebert, who brags about carrying a Glock around Congress, and just this week threatened to blow up metal detectors. And then
I mean, that never happened, but okay.
Finally, tonight we have Trump, a serial rapist. And so this is the party that claims to be the party of Christian family values. And I had nothing to say or do but laugh at that.
I just
even the host is like this. Even this host is like, this bitch is fucking crazy. Like, I don't know how anybody believes this shit and how this wacko bitch got herself on MSNBC, but it's not surprising.
I just kind of write off anything that anyone says when they go, right, I'm going to be on the news. Let me set up my camera in front of my bookshelf. That's when I get you a fucking pseudo-intellectual.
I would put mine in front of my liquor shelf, I think.
Of course you fucking would. Of course you fucking would. 5 cops threw $3, said fires 12 shots into non-moving target. Yeah, he did. And Corbin Summers threw $3. Trying to equate anti-woke to being anti-black is like trying to equate the ADL, Anti-Defamation League, as honest or upstanding. Now, I fucking agree with that one, Corbin.
Clear here, though, you know, that it's important to put out there. We understand the accusations that have been made against, of course, the former president, Lindy, and of course, I understand your passion in this topic as well. But I want to be clear, of course, that none of that has actually rung true as of yet. Just they've all been accusations so far. Lindy Lee, thank you. Susan Del Percio.
Lindy Lee, get the fuck out of here and never come back is what I think she meant. And that's what she meant. Let's take a look here. We have limes, and we are just about halfway to goal, guys. Smash the like button, share it out on your social media, and we are 25 away from turnips or a John Wick ass kicking from 4K Drunkle. To just make the full evolution, he'll hit turnips and he'll turn to 4K Drunkle. Or if you just want to get us to goal, we have a whole bunch of new donations listed down below. Let's keep
Limes
it.
ain't all we got, though, Sin.
Yeah?
Polly!
Hello.
Oh.
Hey, dude.
Hi.
Hey.
Nice of you to show up.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get moving. Look at this guy.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Did you mean to do that?
He did not mean to do that. Motherfucker just fired a shot.
The fucking landlord says you've lost your security deposit.
Look how he plays it off. Background checks did their job. Oh, I am 100% willing to bet he does not own this gun legally.
Why did he upload this?
Just dance it off.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, right.
Okay.
I mean, I don't believe in phrenology.
Be quiet! Shut up! Be quiet!
Indeed. Good evening, gentlemen. Sinu
Hey,
asked...
boys! Look what I got here. Hey, where are the white women at? Hey, boy.
I do love that one. That is a good one. All right. I saw the one come in specifically for turnip, so bang. Turnip. MSNBC is the most expensive and worthless blogging service that is forced to be available. Oh, shit. What a sad parody of journalism. I mean, honestly, it really is. Like, between MSNBC and CNN, it's really just... It's a race to the bottom between them two. Like, they had the lady on CNN who accused Trump of raping her, and even Anderson Cooper was like, this bitch is fucking nuts. And whoever that lady was just like, okay. Anyway, it's bad. It's very bad. Thank you, C. Thomas. Much appreciated. And Xeon for the 25. Evening, gentlemen. Sin you asked and I want to give for the turnip and for the new mic. Much appreciated, Xeon. Thank you very much. And turnips. And isn't that just the cutest little turnip? Look how fucking adorable it is. Oh, I have to get 4K Drunkle in here too.
Wait for the stream to catch up real quick. God, that is a cute turnip.
Thank you, San Miguel, for getting the 4K Drunkle over the final evolution. And
it looks like a Pokemon.
I just got to put him where he goes right there, but for now that is off. All right. It's the projection. That broad was nuts. She was absolutely fucking baddie. But it's a woman. I don't know what you expect. Oh no, it's gone. Damn it. Oh, fine. Next, woman's nose ripped off by her boyfriend's dog, startled by the woman whitening her teeth. Anybody want to place your bets on the kind of dog it is? Because of course. Yes, it was a Chihuahua. Very good. Of course it was. Of course it was. And for those of you who don't know, John Galt, he's a friend of the show. He had the fucking perfect take on this. I gotta see if I can find it. I didn't think to grab it while I was setting up the news. Shit, where is it? I posted a meme of the two Chihuahuas, and they were super laid or overlaid from the couple with their guns out. This I have open image in a new tab. Is that when nobody's small dogs are fucking evil little shits? But John Galt showed a small video of he was scrolling Twitter. This video popped up, and then immediately afterward was the pit bull biting someone's nose off. Because of course it was a pit bull. Literally nobody is shocked that it was a pit bull. Oh, here it is.
Wasn't it a pit bull that did Weebo's face as well?
I believe so. Look at.
Yeah.
And there's my post. Ammo replying to that. Oh, unbelievably funny. But of course it was a pit bull. And they're trying to cover for the dog. Careful, the tweet got pulled for copyright. Oh shit, what up, John? The people are trying to cover for the dog, saying it got scared by the woman whitening her teeth. Shut the fuck up. Even if she had one of those things where it's like a UV blue light sticking in her mouth, why would she bite her fucking nose off? So look at this sweetie boy, Chomp. Shut up. Shut up. 10 minutes and then leg day. Ooh, leg day is my least favorite day. Today was arm day for me. Luna, strong HP, almost halfway to goal. Like ratio, terrible, guys. Smash the like button. Ron DeSantis is embracing high heels. What this tells me is that nobody at Slate has ever seen cowboy boots before.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, they go, oh look, he's transgender. No, that's just male footwear, and they're awesome. The noise they make as you walk into a saloon, Sinatra, the step clomp. Oh, it just sounds of authority.
But yeah, he's embracing high heels. Aluna said, "Oh, nice, I'm still stream boss." Oh, I bet you will be stream boss for a while. You still have over 1 million HP. It's gonna take. I think right now it's gonna take a McKinley to take you out. As we're sitting right now. But you know what is good about Ron DeSantis, though? He is actively preparing for a presidential bid in 2024.
I would like freedom. I would like to see that. I think he's a strong contender. The only way, I say the only way, the main reason Republicans will lose in 2024 is if Trump is heading it up. I don't think he's the best thing for the Republican Party right now. I think DeSantis is. And if he is heading it up, then you got a real chance.
I was talking to my mom about it, and she goes, "Isn't he the guy with all those controversies?" And I was like, his only controversy is that he put this bill forward, and I explained it to her. She's like, "Yeah, that's what I heard. Isn't that really bad?" I said, "No, Mom, it's not bad at all." And I explained to her what it is. She's like, "That's not at all what they said on TV." It's like, you got to stop watching TV.
As you lean over and just switch off CNN as you're still talking to her.
Oh, she doesn't watch that shit. She watches local news. It's half puff pieces and like 30% CNN backwash.
There you go. I like a puff piece, though. Polly, you love a puff piece.
Definitely.
Good to have you here, bud.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Actually, yeah.
Michelle Obama opens up about her uncontrollable
So
sobbing.
they subvert his views, which are also the views of voters, the American people.
Another one
So
coming through.
say good night to the bank.
We replay that one. Or I guess not Streamlabs. It's fine. Whenever you feel like it. Streamlabs, we're waiting on you. No worries. My brother got his face bit off, and they used skin from his butt to fix it, so we call him Ass Face. Wow. I should not laugh about that, General Maddie, but it is funny nonetheless. Pit bulls, for my personal experience, are okay dogs, but weirdly neurotic in a bear trap kind of way. Yeah, they're fine. They're fine dogs, but like I said in the last stream, I don't hate pit bulls. But you just have to be honest about it. Genetics is a huge makeup for some reason, only for animals. Like I've seen a pointer dog who has never been out of Houston point at a squirrel walking around in the backyard. My Malamute will not listen to anybody when it's under 30 degrees outside. Like these dogs have never lived anywhere else but in a sheltered environment. But they still have their genetics. And there's just so much blood and violence and horseshit in pit bulls past. You just got to be careful about them. You just have to be careful. But Michelle Obama's uncontrollable sobbing on the day of Trump's inauguration, we should all feel really bad for Michelle Obama. We should all feel really bad. Poor
Just
Michelle.
Like we felt bad for that fucking non-binary chick who went and became a meme. How is that any different?
Michelle Obama broke down shortly after leaving then-President Donald Trump's inauguration. The former first lady, that works too, candidly shared in a new podcast, "Oh, this is just a show for the podcast." And with that, I'll finish my beer. You're talking about the podcast. I'll have to open it.
Oh, yeah. No, we spoke about this on Wednesday. What's it called? The Light?
It is called The Light.
It is The Light. Yeah, okay. Oh, God. Now we're shilling for the podcast. Fuck.
When those doors shut, I cried for 30 minutes straight, uncontrollable sobbing, because of how much we were holding it together for 8 years. Ugh. Shut up.
I think you were, though. You bombed a fucking wedding.
They bombed a wedding. They were well, I say they. Obama was a terrible leader. But somehow, magically, Joe was worse. And then it continues. The rest of this article, naturally from CNN, just continues to shill the podcast. It's the Light podcast in a recent book. The podcast audio. It's just a giant shill for the Obamas because apparently they just don't have enough money.
Well, I mean, what's probably happened here is she said on the podcast that she cried uncontrollably for 30 minutes once the doors closed. And this is just an article about something that happened on a podcast. Because it's CNN, and they are, of course, the bastion of journalism.
And I wish I could get CNN to write an article about my podcast.
Oh, you don't want that happening, dude.
I do. Could you? No such thing as bad. No such thing as bad press.
I mean, Epstein would deny that, you know.
But speaking of, do people actually listen to their podcast? I assume it's the same amount of people who read Barack Obama's second or third autobiography. Probably a few dozen.
I mean,
maybe 40.
The amount of people I saw that when Obama filled out his second term, and of course he can't run again, which is fine. I'm down with that. It was people saying Michelle should run. Michelle should run. Like, but you.
So they subvert his views, which are also the views of voters, the American people.
They knew nothing of what policies she would put in or anything. They just liked her as a person. But even as a person, they didn't know who she was because she's just Barry's wife. That was her only virtue, and that is why they loved her.
Who cares about Mike Obama? Mike Obama's pain. He lives in luxury with armed guards 24/7, next to a former president, despite not deserving shit for the abysmal work they did. Well, the thing about it is they have armed guards. They don't want you to be able to protect yourself with firearms, but they have armed guards. But yeah, no, who cares? It's like when Oprah Winfrey or Meghan Markle and Harry or what the fuck's her name? Sister Act complain about being oppressed. You guys are all unfathomably rich. The last thing anybody wants to hear about is your oppression. I absolutely refuse to believe in systemic oppression against people of color, trans people, etc., etc. There is real oppression out there. It's not systemic. It's not from the system. But if you want to look at systematic oppression, it's rich v. poor. It's always rich v. poor. Whoopi Goldberg, thank you. It is poor people being held under the boot of the unabashedly rich. And I would put Michael and Barry on the top of that list.
You have the right to remain silent.
I choose to waive that right.
I'm getting used to having my neck snapped at the chiropractor. Be careful, they're not actually doctors. I need some one-liners, I assume you mean, to say before the pop. Help me out. PSA, text neck is a real thing. Get checked before it's unfixable. Some one-liners.
Come on, Doc, give me some crack.
No.
No? Okay, brilliant. Well, the thing is, you remember you brought up a story of a guy getting fucking paralyzed because of a chiropractor cracking his fucking spine. So
almost. It was a guy who had a stroke.
Be careful.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
They're not doctors, man.
They're not doctors, and they don't have the same liabilities that doctor. Oh, let's get crack-a-lackin'. That's not bad. I ate Rice Krispie. Yeah, I don't know. I need some more time. Fox News, Tulsi Gabbard will headline GOP fundraiser in violation of Fox News Network against talent participating at campaign events. Oh, excuse me, shit. Well, here's the thing. Tulsi Gabbard doesn't have her own show. She just filled in for Tucker Carlson like 2 months ago. But what this article really tells me is, I don't know, I didn't watch it. What this article really tells me is that Media Matters is very worried about Tulsi Gabbard doing just about anything. Because it's just
about right, though,
a GOP fundraiser. It's not the RNC. It's not any major thing. It's just a GOP fundraiser.
She's actually very reasonable with the things that she's not a radical or anything like that. She's very reasonable in the things that she puts forward for consideration, but she's just unfortunately on the wrong side. So the media is always going to, I mean, she's painted red, and that means she's a bad person.
Literally, yeah. I'm thinking of Spinal Tap. Be like, do you like Spinal Tap or something? Oh, there's something there. There's some there. I will think on it, craziness, and let you know. I will think on it. Let's check our progress to goal. Ooh, we are just about halfway there. Luna sitting at just over 1 million HP. You guys could conceivably overthrow Luna today. You guys could conceivably do it. Let's keep moving. Oh, boo. Anyway, this is about a guy who drove over a pride parade painting.
Oh, no, really?
And somebody prided on the side, on the crosswalk, and someone did a burnout on it.
Hate crime.
Of course. I mean, what else would it be?
Well, you recall when it was during Pride Month, I think it was in New York, they painted one of the crosswalks in a rainbow flag and then complained that cars were driving over it.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen...
It's not a cult. It's not a cult.
We're about to have a little bit of diversion. I don't think you have seen it, but I bet someone in the chat has. This guy on Twitter has been showing up in my feed constantly. It's a British dude who cycles everywhere. A British dude who cycles everywhere. And it's just him complaining about how people drive around him cycling.
Oh, I'm there for that.
And like the one, he was riding in the middle of the bus lane and he was overtaken by a bus who had to go into regular traffic to get around him. He's like, this bus almost killed me. They got way too close. Has anybody else seen this? Jeremy Vine, is it?
Not Jeremy Vine.
I don't know, but
but bus lanes are open to cyclists. That is essentially a bus and a cycle lane. He's legally correct to be there.
Yeah, but is he allowed to be like on the middle or left part of the lane where a bus has to go into traffic to get around him?
If anything, it's preferred because otherwise you could get mashed between the bus and the curb. If you're in front, the bus can't overtake you without going into traffic. And if you're on the left, the bus can't overtake you without going into traffic. The cyclist has priority in all cases.
That's ridiculous. They don't pay fucking tax the way bikers or the way drivers and buses do.
It's because bikelists are not surrounded by armor.
So they should use the fucking sidewalk.
Not allowed, because pedestrians are surrounded by even less armor.
It sounds like reckless abandon to put the smallest thing on the road next to the biggest thing on the road.
Well, the bus lanes are there to encourage people to take public transport. You'll get to your destination quicker than driving because buses face less traffic. But also, we need more cycle lanes is the answer here. Instead of having a bus and cycle lane, we need designated fucking cycle lanes as well, which the government has been woefully inept in implementing.
I don't know. We have the metro parks here in Cleveland, and we have walking and biking trails. So it's the stuff off of the road that is all perfectly delicious asphalt. And the bikers still insist on biking in the road. Now, these are small fucking roads. These are very small roads. And they insist on going right in the middle of the road, not on the trail, and in the middle of the fucking road. Or the thing that irritates me, or they ride side by side.
Oh, yeah, no, that's wrong. I know, I will not condone that.
You'll have a couple riding side by side, taking up most of the road. And anybody who has been here or lives here knows the metro parks are very curvy. So you never see far enough ahead to overtake the cyclist in the middle of the road. And at a certain point, I just start honking my horn till they form up properly.
Yeah, that's wrong. But then, like, I've been when I used to cycle to work a long time ago. There was a fat hill which was curved all the way down. Oh.
Be quiet! Shut up! Be quiet!
Here in Fort Hood, all major roads have to have a specific bike lane. That'd be fine if they stayed in their fucking lane.
As long as there is a bike lane.
Every day, keep that skunky cunt away. Sweet fish.
I forgot about that one. That is old. That is so old. Holy shit. That's old Fright Power Hour shit. I hate cyclists. They're the most annoying part about driving in the cities. You don't even need to add in the cities to that one. Just the most annoying part about driving, full stop. Thank you, Looney, Lenny, and Donkey Punch. Let me annotate that one.
I was going down. It is a really fat hill, curvy as fuck. Sounds sexy, but it wasn't. And I would go in the middle of my lane for that one because I've been overtaken by so many people going at such stupid speeds that if I came off my bike, I would lose my face. I would just be made of gravel come the end of it. So I'm like, no, it's not. I'm going fast enough. You're going fast enough. If you're going to overtake me, you're going to have to drive more dangerously. Just fucking be goddamn patient. We're all going to get to the traffic lights at the same time. Chill out.
Oh, here. I didn't.
God, I love that.
I didn't have it full screen. I'm gonna have to replay it. Darn. Yeah, I do love that one.
It's the rhythm. That must have taken so long to time up the gunshots with the rhythm, mate. That was fucking awesome.
That has quickly gone into the top 3 for me. That one has quickly ascended to top 3. Steelfang, thank you. Here, I have some of my oppression for you. Thank you, Steelfang. I feel very oppressed. Much appreciated. Okay, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, I did it.
Here's the.
I did it while you were annotating.
Here's the
360 head cam. Like this guy's looking for trouble.
Dude, just wait. There's more camera angles on this cunt. Can we get a big thank you to Steelfang out there? Much appreciated. I got surprised by an Amish buggy in the hills of Canton today. Well, that's Amish country. Imagine seeing one of those just over a hill and having to slam on the brakes on a semi. Just glad I wasn't loaded. Yeah, but over there you have to be careful. Like, you kind of know when you get into Amish country, and they don't have Amish roads on the side of regular roads. Anyway, look at this. This is what this dude's complaining about. You would think. What is
in his
this?
defense, that was close as fuck.
What is this? What's with the zigzag?
I'm not a driver. I don't really know.
You don't even know driving laws?
I don't know road markings. I'm not a fucking hieroglyph expert.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Probably means bus lane coming up.
He's got 2 camera angles on his bike.
In his defense, that was fucking close. I saw a video of
He's
bus drivers.
in the bus lane.
Yeah, and he's allowed to be in the bus lane. But the bus driver should have pulled out earlier because that was fucking close. You're there, right? As a cyclist, you're only looking forward. You get scared to fuck when a behemoth of a vehicle just passes by you that close.
Well, then you should be closer to the curb.
I saw a video of bus drivers being made to cycle as buses overtook them, and they were like, "Oh fuck, that was close."
So
that's
the
what
whole
I do. Jesus Christ!
The whole point of bus lanes is to encourage public transport, right?
Yeah.
Zigzagging is a no passing zone. Thank you, Mike Savage.
Oh, there you go. Maybe not encourage public transport, but to disencourage you from using your own vehicle to get to work.
Okay, look, you have very few scenarios where you will convince me that the bus was wrong. Because, first off, you are one single human being driving in the biggest vehicle lane that exists. You're not riding to the side. If anything, you're riding to the right of the lane, which is not where you should be, at least in American law. You have a whole bunch of cameras on you, so something tells me you are looking for trouble.
I agree with that bit.
But watch. He sees the bus. He sees the bus in his mirror.
He does have a mirror. I'll give him that.
And he doesn't move away from it to give the bus room. The bus is forced to drive almost into oncoming traffic because this looks like a small-ass road. And
Dude, you can't say that ain't fucking close.
He goes toward the bus. This is a dude who is looking for trouble. Absolutely looking for trouble.
He didn't go towards it. He's going away from the bus.
No, he leaned towards it. Watch.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Because look, he's going away.
See,
as you lean
see,
away, your handlebars go up in the opposite. He's going in the other direction.
You can literally see him moving toward the bus after he sees
Hold
it.
your fire!
No, you can't.
This man isn't black!
Mr. Pigman for 10.
I don't know what to think. I'm not a UK man, but whatever happens, Mr. Drunk is right.
I like that thinking. Thank you very much, Mr. Pickman. Much appreciated. Sin, as you turn left, you lean left when you're cycling along. You don't swerve the handlebars. You lean. So as you lean, your handlebars go up on one side. That's what you're seeing. The handlebars are going up on the side of the bus. So it looks like he's leaning in, but he's not. He's going away.
Oh no, I'm judging by the footage, not his handlebars. Watch. He is perfectly in the center here. Sees the bus. And you look how much closer he is to the left now, or the right now, than he was.
Okay.
Like he went from the center to damn near on the left lane.
Actually, no, I'll give you that. Yeah, it looks like he has come out a little bit. Fair enough. I do see that now.
The only time he moves is when he realized how close he got to the bus. Like, look at this bus. It is closer to oncoming traffic than to him.
Keep playing. Does the bus go over the line? Oh! It does not.
Oh my God!
Not just we established that the zigzags mean no overtake, right?
See, look, you can see him turning over.
Be quiet! The zigzags mean no overtake. So, right, hear me out.
I bet that's for cars, but
tried to possibly, yeah. The bus tried to overtake before it hit the zigzag lane, and it didn't actually go over the line. So it didn't go into the next lane. It was fucking. It still had a good part of it in the bus lane, stroke cycle lane. That,
well,
dude,
I don't
that
know.
was fucking dangerous.
This white van is over the lane.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Don't look like it is.
Look at the marker right there. It's at least one tire length into the other lane because there's shit happening on this side of the road.
I don't see it being over. I can see there's a dot which signifies that lane right there.
Look. He's
literally
literally
fair
over.
enough. Yeah. All right, yeah, fair enough.
Look at him. He's smack dab in the middle, sees the bus, and then he turns into it.
It does seem as though he does get closer. I'll give you that.
Yeah. This dude's this dude's looking for trouble.
Well,
I've seen this guy involved in similar incidents before. Oh, wow, I'm sure it's crazy that it just happens to this guy. Let's take a look at his Twitter page. It is Jeremy Vine.
Fucking Jeremy Vine.
Let's see, what else? How many before we... Oh, we already found another one. 41? 41 incidents that just happened to this guy.
As a cyclist in London, mate, I'm surprised it's only 41.
Not following the rules of the road. You're supposed to stay behind the car. If you're going to be nitpicky, I'm going to be nitpicky too.
As a cyclist, no. You go to the front.
My dad farts like... Well, my dad farts like this.
Why? Why? Why?
Whenever my wife's upset, I let her color me in black and white tattoos. I really just need a shoulder to cry on. Nice. Thank you, Sam. Much appreciated, buddy. All right, what's he about to do?
too. Unusual for Cyclist.
No, that's the cyclist is right here. Pedestrians have priority on a zebra crossing. That car is wholeheartedly in the wrong.
No, that's not what he's saying. It's what the guy said.
Unusual for Cyclist.
He said, so he's complaining that somebody said that's unusual for a cyclist?
It is, though. Yeah, it is. Like, what's a fucking red light to someone on a bicycle? Nothing.
Oh, so this dude is just a professional complainer. Oh, here we go, another one. Oh my fucking god.
So what?
What did he do?
He dropped a
fucking
cigarette
dropped
out
a
of his
cigarette
car.
out of his car. So the fuck what?
Oh, fuck it. Everyone does that. What's the name of the fucking snitch kid from Recess?
Homo?
Do you make money off this or something? I do not understand why every time you post, you think you're a victim.
Randall, thank you, chat. It's Randall. He's being a Randall right now. Oh, littering, not allowed.
Such a no. He's implying that he threw the fucking cigarette at him.
Is he?
He opened his fingers and let gravity take over. What do you mean?
He dropped it, Pop. Like,
Yeah.
if you're going to obey the law, you obey the law of gravity, you know?
Man, if anything, I'd be mad about the quality of this 360 camera. Those things are fucking expensive. Why the shit is it such bad quality?
That's exactly. You don't want it to get hit by a bus.
Look at the sign.
Buses,
Bus, bike.
and taxis.
Uh-huh.
Taxis.
I don't get it. Okay,
No,
fuck
I
you, Jeremy.
He's the only one on the road. What was the issue there, dude?
Anyway, that was supposed to be just a really quick aside, but it turned into a whole thing. West Virginia train derailment cleanup continues. So a train, again, derailed in West Virginia, dumping unknown amounts of diesel fuel into the river. Just Jesus Christ. Unknown amounts of diesel fuel. I don't even know what to say about this anymore. We should have some government regulation, and as much as I hate to admit it, AOC, spot on, and almost, well, she was almost spot on.
What I can't help but communicate that I find frustrating is that there are actual crises happening in this country. A couple weeks ago, there was a devastating derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. And yesterday, I was just lucky enough to wrap up a hearing early, and I was going back to my office. It was not scheduled. It wrapped up early. And there were people from East Palestine at my door.
Regulation doesn't prevent incidents. It just punishes people when they do happen. Well, that's the thing, is nobody's being punished for any of this stuff. Literally no one. They're blaming Trump, but no one is punished. Sam said you stroke read that. Whenever my wife's upset, I let her color me in black and white tattoos. Oh, color in my. Okay, that makes sense. I think that's what you meant, but thank you, Sam.
Because they weren't getting a response in
I appreciate it nonetheless.
their own other levels of government. And so they were just roaming around waiting for anybody to open their door to them to talk to them, any member of Congress to talk to them. And so we sat down and they explained what's going on. And
Fuck, I'm surprised
this
she didn't make a
committee
fucking
needs to
TikTok
hold
video
a
of it.
hearing on what
She needs a shoulder to cry on. That's what I said.
is on the derailment in East Palestine. This is not just a disaster site. It is a potential crime scene. People
And as we covered Friday, Norfolk Southern got caught destroying potential evidence. That's fantastic.
Doesn't it hurt when someone you dislike makes a good point?
No, I'm just happy they're making the point.
I appreciate that, mate. That is, you've actually got a lot more with that sentence alone than most of the people I've talked to online. The vote blue no matter who people, you know?
I don't care if they're making a point. I don't care if it's a person making a point I don't like. If they're making the point, that's what matters. People generally don't interest me as much as ideas do. I don't care if it's AOC. I hate and love the meme of the worst person ever just made a great point. Because they are making the point, and that's what's important. Like, if it takes AOC to draw some attention to this shit, then so be it.
But it's Americans over party politics. I think if more people thought in that way, then your country would be a little bit better.
Yeah, I would hope so. Hey, Jack, what's going on, man? Why do you not have a wrench?
And their respiratory issues are getting worse day after day, and I really make this plea on a bipartisan basis. Truly, I truly do.
Oh, before I forget, Zach Osborne and Ham and Beans, if you're out there, I need you to put your hands up because I want to put you guys as the managing moderators. I don't know what it does, but I want to see if you guys can figure it out.
The chemicals that were spilled in East Palestine have short half-lives. Every day that we do not act on this is a day that the evidence evaporates from the scene. And I really plead for this committee to get together and not pursue this on a partisan basis. We need to have executives from the rail company, from Norfolk Suffolk here. We need to have independent scientists here. We need to have the EPA or whichever agencies, the CDC, DOT, whatever it may be. But this cannot be a political food fight.
I like it.
Evidence is evaporating and people are getting sick. And every day that we go on without this, without accountability, I mean, it's not even partisan because in my view, and I'll take ownership as well, both parties are failing in this moment.
She's exactly right. I haven't found a single thing except with her pronunciation of Southern.
Palestine.
Well, I think it is Palestine.
Is it actually Palestine?
I think it's Palestine. Why does she not call out Buttigieg? I mean, she kind of is.
To address the needs of people. And I just sincerely ask that we take this seriously because it's not getting handled at the levels that it needs to be handled. We need to know why there hasn't been a disaster declaration that has been requested yet.
Well, I mean, federal aid was denied. Just outright denied.
Alcohol, liquor, booze.
When do you think there'll be a hit piece on her? Well, as soon as Norfolk Southern gets CNN to do it, and I guarantee it will be CNN. Because
I'll give it to her, then. Sorry.
Because CNN is the ones who got caught having Norfolk Southern lobbyists and employees on their panel discussing the disaster. Go ahead, sorry.
I got to give it to her. The fact she said we need a non-partisan investigation. I got to give it to her, man. That is exactly what needs to be done. And this is coming from the woman who, I mean, has been so fucking blue that on Twitter, if the check marks were red, she would turn it down. But she's fucking completely right here. That's exactly what needs to be done, and corporations need to be fucking investigated.
That's pretty good. Did you come up with that one?
For me?
The red check marks, that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, just then, yeah.
That is good. I like that one.
Oh, you like that? Okay.
Yeah, that's
all
good.
Yours, man. All yours.
You know, I do know that the president is willing to offer one, but we need to cut through the red tape. And if I can just make that plea, because I do believe that this committee, the Oversight Committee, has the unique jurisdiction and power in this body to be able to do that, to cut through that red tape. And so, you know, Mr. Chairman, I sincerely make that plea, me as a Democrat, to you as a Republican. I really don't want us to drag this out because, again, the half-lives on these chemicals, we don't let folks return to the scene of a crime. And we've been letting that potentially, for almost a month now. So for the folks that are there, you know, and for the folks that came in yesterday, I just sincerely ask that we put things aside and let's get this to the top of the docket, please.
She's
now,
so fucking right.
I cannot disagree with anything she said, But the issue is that they were holding a hearing that day. Oh, what the shit?
You know, we had the big old earthquake in Turkey recently, right? It was like a 7 on the Richter scale or some shit like that. It was only recently I learned that, is it Syria who's next door? But because they're both on such fucking big fault lines, they have agreed a long time ago that...
Shut up! Be quiet!
It's always when it's me. That if ever any of these countries see a big old fucking earthquake like that, then no matter what the relations between the two countries, they will always give each other aid. And that is between two different countries. And what AOC is saying right here is, look, there has been a fucking big old fucking disaster. Fuck who's red, fuck who's blue. Let's just take care of this shit. Now, that is no different. If Turkey and Syria can do it, two different countries, then why can't the two opposing parties in one single country do it?
Well, that's the thing, is because to these people, there is no greater divide than the political divide. If you are right-wing, you are a terrible, evil Nazi. If you're left-wing, you're a communist shitbag. But I think, I could be wrong on this, and I am open to be proven wrong. I do believe that right-wingers are much more likely to grant aid to blue areas than vice versa.
I wholeheartedly concur, and you can tell that just from the type of people that you interact with, which are fucking self-proclaimed leftists or bluists or Democrats.
Ooh, Fastonia.
They'll always cite the tolerance of paradox. They'll always cite that, but only the first.
Always. Fastonia, remember the
Paradox
media?
Tolerance, sorry.
There you
Sorry,
go.
I got the wrong difference there.
Remember the media-led BP shitstorm and the Deepwater Horizon for the same level of attention? I know, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. But I don't think... there are subtle differences. Like the BP thing was front page news for months. Hold on, let me see. This is about to be a deep cut. I heard this on the radio once.
I like Divine Petulance says, I think she's trying to say that hydrochloride evaporates faster than Congress does anything. That is fucking phenomenal. Well done. Well done.
So, like, they people were making songs about the BP oil spill. I used one of the song bits from O&A as a opener for a long time. Shit. Talk for a second. I see if I can find this.
What's good, Polly?
Well, you know.
I do not.
Well, nothing's good. Fucking terrible, if you want to know. Awful. But, I don't know. I like the way that Sin said it. It's like, I may not like her, but at least she's a tool bringing attention to the matter. But I don't buy it. Everything that she does is political theater. It's how she operates. And everything every politician does to a greater or lesser degree is political theater. You know, the old rule, at least it should be one. Before you assume ideology with a politician, assume political expediency. It's politically expedient for her to be saying the things that she's saying.
And use it. Time.
I mean, she is she's a millennial, right?
I'm sorry?
So like she's grown up. Well, not grown up, but has at least come into social media, and she's using social media as a tool in a way that the older politicians don't know how.
Right.
If you remember the Boys season 2 when Stormfront came in, she knew how to meme, and that was gaining her more respect than any fucking rallies that Homelander was doing. I think that was quite a nice analogy to what's going. Of course, Stormfront turned out to be a total, like a literal fucking Nazi, a literal Nazi.
And in the language of the social media that she uses so effectively, as you're describing, this would be called trend whoring. Think about it. Everybody's already done. Everybody has done the things already. She is not in the good graces of the current federal leadership, i.e. the president and his cabinet. She snuck in that one line at the end. I know the president's trying to get something done, et cetera, et cetera. She named the DOT. Yeah. And how well did that go for them? She's been sidelined and pushed off to the side. She knows that she has a power base through the 14th District of New York. She knows that she's reelectable in perpetuity. So I can go ahead and talk in this bipartisan way that I'm hoping to do these things. It's about promotion and advertising and every other thing. Again, assume political expediency before one assumes anything else. Oh, these poor people, these poor people. Only because it's a disaster in the news, only because it's happened a month or more afterwards. Oh, Congress is acting slowly. So now she can seem like the one who's, cracking the whip to get these things done. That she says now, after the American people who show up who aren't for her district. Really? How about the people in your district that you actually represent? What have you done for them? How many jobs have you cost them with the Amazon thing and the tax situation that she voted against? She is a minor committee person judicially. We're in a unique position to muscle in where we don't have any effect to do what? Help the people out? No, hold people responsible. Is holding people responsible going to affect? Think about the situation that she's talking about. We want to help sick people because of the half-life and it's a crime scene and so on and so forth. Why does she keep pushing that it's a crime scene? Okay, it very well might be, but the committee that she's on, that's literally all they can do. Legislators have one lever, legislation. There's one thing that they can do in Congress, call hearings. So she's requesting to call hearings on the only thing that, in the only way that she can, on the only committee that she's on as a junior insignificant member, and is criticizing whom? The people that are head of DOT, Booty Judge, the president, who she doesn't want to see reelected and has sidelined her. Pelosi's gone, her old combatant warrior, and she's up against fucking McCarthy now. It's time to reposition my power base. I agree with Sin. Useful tool, at least she's bringing attention to it, but there's nothing laudable about what she's doing. She's acting as a political animal, as she has always done. It'll be next week that she'll be demanding that everybody use women plus as a phrase. It won't.
I'm not going to be able to find it. It's such a deep cut. I'm not going to be able to find it. Sorry. But, yeah, no, it is absolutely a political tool. It's 100%. But, like I said, if it's a tool doing the right job, then I kind of can't go against it.
If one can pick up if somebody of worth and somebody who can actually do something in regards to the health of the people involved, then yes, if that could be used to pressure Department of Transportation in terms of oversight and effectiveness and the regulation that people seem to be calling for now, then okay. The committee she's on can't do any of those things. So to pick up the momentum that she starts and run with it, sure. But what she's calling for won't change any of those things. She's just, Mr. Chairman is a nobody on this committee that nobody listens to. I think we should be doing this thing in a bipartisan way. Really? You're in a minority on a committee and all of a sudden you want to be bipartisan? You're not looking to steamroll anymore because you're not the majority in Congress? That's shocking. All of a sudden you want to capitulate and hold hands when you are in the minor position. That doesn't seem politically expedient for you at all. See, Thomas, thank you for the $2. A broken clock is at least right twice a day. For once I can say I agree with AOC. We can agree. Yeah, I agree with the general point that she's making, but yeah, I'm not going to repeat myself. It just, or make you listen to me repeat myself. It's just, I think she's doing it for a very particular purpose. In the same way that she cried in a fucking parking lot over some people that she couldn't give a fuck about as soon as there was different leadership in charge. C. Thomas, thank you for the $7. The imposition of gay pride bullshit reinforces the fact that alphabet media is a totalitarian ideology. Also, fuck every biker who's entitled toy riding dick weasels. Those toy riding dick weasels. Okay. I don't know what's going on with Britain and bicycles in general with the 15-minute cities and all of a sudden an explosion of angry cyclists on social media. It's to leave your car at home, like Drunko was saying. It's to encourage you to leave your car at home and take public transportation or ride a bike. You shall own a car, no cars, and be happy, I guess. I don't know. And Dexter, thank you for the $1. Check your Steam messages. I will do so.
Okay, so it looks like I was right about the double HP on Luna. It's you could be taken out here tonight if people decide to be generous enough, which they have been very generous so far. Sitting at about 700,000 HP, if my math is correct, that's about $3,340 something dollars. But we are a Witcher and 2 John Wicks away from goal, i.e., $170. So you guys can definitely meet that goal tonight because fuck the IRS. Holy shit. So here's what I was saying AOC was wrong about. It does need attention held to it, and it does, but it was the same day that hearings were held about it. Sorry.
I appreciate the opportunity to testify before you today. My name is Alan Shaw, and I've been president and CEO of Norfolk Southern since May of 2022. I want to begin today by expressing how deeply sorry I am for the impact this derailment has had on the residents of East Palestine and the surrounding communities. I've been to East Palestine.
You can be as sorry as you want, but it does literally nothing to fix it. Is he a patsy? No. Nobody is going to face any repercussions for this.
South Park did the... I'm sorry. I thought you did.
Go ahead.
South Park did much the same thing with the CEO of BP when there was that big oil spill. And it was just him just going, sorry. Like, your apologies mean nothing. We need action right now. People are... respiratory illnesses. People are fucking suffering. People are struggling to believe. Don't say something. Do something.
Palestine many times over the past month. I've talked with the leaders, the business owners, the school officials, the clergy, and others throughout the community. They've shared their stories and their concerns about the health of their families and the future of the community they love. I am determined to make this right. I appreciate the opportunity to testify.
But, you actually have to do something if you're going to try to make it right. You can't just get on here and say, oh, yeah.
You're listening to Obie and Anthony.
You're just... Sorry, I was clicking on something on the other page and it distracted me. You're just getting on here and saying, I'm sorry, but you're not doing anything. You have to actually do something.
Where's the... Shouldn't there be like a slush fund, guys? For when shit like this happens, like they should be able to fucking pour money into cleanup or something like that, And I'm not saying like for the people who are like have been their health has been affected by this. Don't just fucking throw money at them, but actually pay for their fucking hospital care. Like actually care.
You're just asking too much of a corporation, Drunkle.
I think you're right. Corporations aren't people.
Asking right.
And again, somebody who I generally don't agree with on point.
But what I'm asking you right now, you provided paid sick days to some of your employees. I got it. Will you now do it? What we get here in Congress, our employees get sick, they get paid sick days. Will you make that commitment right now to guarantee paid sick days to all of your workers? That's not a radical demand. It really is not.
And if you remember correctly, we covered the story. This was a few months ago, or maybe even 2 months ago, I love when John Wick throws the gun. I'm out of bullets, but I still have one heavy piece of metal in my hand. I think you called it krill. Good.
In The Mummy, what's his name? Brendan Fraser, whenever he was shooting at the little mummy demons and he ran out of ammo, why did he never throw the gun?
The CEO was the one pushing.
He wasn't.
The CEO was the one pushing to blow up the chemicals. He was more concerned about getting caught with stuff that wasn't supposed to be on the train than the health of the people of East Palestine. Well, the thing about it is they're not even supposed to be going through residential areas with that payload. That's supposed to be done on scenic routes away from towns and
scenic routes. I'm sorry, I know what you meant, but it just let's poison the beauty of our national parks. That's the. I know what you meant, though.
That's the thing.
Middle of
supposed
nowhere.
They're supposed to be doing it on routes that don't go through places where people live. So 100%, yeah, and we covered it that they were caught destroying evidence, probably being paid extra to expedite the shipping, and I'm sure going through scenic routes does not expedite it. So they're just, I guarantee you it's money. It's always money. It is never not about money. But thank you, Colt. Much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Will you make that commitment, sir?
Senator, I share your focus on our employees. I will commit to continuing to discuss with them important quality of life issues with our local craft colleagues.
You sound like a...
That sounds like a whole lot of words that aren't yes. Because
committing to discussions.
President Biden signed into law that it would be illegal for these people to go on strike. It would be illegal for them to go on strike. Now that we're seeing the outcome of what happens when you make it illegal for people to go on strike when they want basic things like paid sick leave, they're seeing the outcome of it. So politicians are like, hey, wait a minute, are you now going to think about this? And he's like, nah. Yeah,
as he sat next to his jug of perfectly clean water, which is more than anything the victims in this area that have been affected are getting.
Politician here,
you're
Mr.
in
Shaw.
Ohio. You know what's
Paid
up.
sick days is not a radical concept in the year 2023. I am not hearing you make that commitment to guarantee that to all of your workers. Clearly, we should have that for every worker in America. I'm not hearing that commitment. Will you make that commitment, sir?
Senator, I'm committed to continuing to speak to our employees about
no.
Yeah.
No.
Quality of life issues that are important to them.
Well, I'm chairman of the Health Education Labor Committee. We look forward to having that discussion.
Don't hold your breath, Bernie. I would not.
I like Bernie.
I like.
He's got the roots in the right place because he did the whole activism thing, and obviously someone said, "Hey, come on, the activism isn't doing anything, man. You should get into politics." And he went, "You know what? You're right."
But it gets even better. We are a Witcher and $20 away from goal, guys. We are very close.
I would love a Witcher.
Now, here's J.D. Vance, Ohio Senator, taking Norfolk Southern to task. We're not going to watch the whole 5 minutes, but
Vance, you may begin.
Great, thank you. So I want to start by acknowledging the people of East Palestine and at the Ohio EPA has done a great job on this tragedy, and just say that I think that our leadership, our media, and our politicians.
Luna, I'm doing the thing where I touch the side of my nose and I point at you.
Were slow to respond to this crisis, in part because a certain segment of our leadership feels like the people of East Palestine are a little out of style. They have the wrong politics. They're a little too rural, maybe a little too white. And I want to thank Senator.
That's the truth that you're not supposed to say. You're not supposed to say that.
What?
While it is all factual.
Is he wearing mascara?
While it is all factual, you're not supposed to say that part out loud.
Senator Capito and Senator Carper, the chairman and ranking member, and all of you for paying attention to this, for caring about this issue, and for showing leadership on it. I think the most important message to the people of East Palestine is that we will not forget about them in the months and years to come, and I think this committee hearing reinforces that message. So it's very personally meaningful for me to be here. I want to also talk about something that hasn't gotten enough attention, but I think is an important part of what's going on the ground right now in East Palestine.
Lupus albus, yes, we did. We drew a map as to exactly why this is an ignored issue.
Which is the cleanup of the toxic chemicals that are in the ground, and they're still in the ground. Now, 2 weeks ago, I would have told you, and I said very publicly, that I was frustrated with Norfolk Southern from Alan Shaw on down for the refusal to dig up the railroad tracks and dig out the toxic chemicals, which is their responsibility to do. I am happy to report that it appears that Norfolk Southern has finally started to do the cleanup in earnest, but now the EPA is making it harder to get the materials out of Ohio in the first place into properly licensed facilities. Right now, as we speak, there are piles of dirt accumulating in East Palestine, piles of dirt filled with toxic chemicals that haven't been moved out of the state in a week. What happens if it rains? What happens if the very toxic dirt that we just dug out of the ground begins to seep back into the ground, causing problems for the air and water for the residents of East Palestine.
Well, that's the thing is nobody's worried about that. Nobody gives a shit.
That's amazing. What if it rains? Like he's got like it's a great point, but it's such a simple point. You know what I mean? We got piles of dirt. What if it rains?
Again, we're talking about.
Well said, Senator.
We're talking about major corporations that just couldn't give a fuck about the average people, not held to task by politicians, even though they're putting on the show. They're not actually going to do anything.
We need leadership. We need the EPA to get
Yeah, the lady in the back is bugging out. She probably works for Norfolk Southern.
on the ground and aggressively get this stuff out of East Palestine into properly licensed facilities. It's maybe the most important and most pressing thing that's confronting the community of East Palestine today. And again, I thank Ann for her leadership on that particular issue. After the cleanup, we're focused on the cleanup now, justifiably so, but after the cleanup, we need to turn to how to prevent this from happening, or at least how to make it less likely. I'm a realist. I recognize that you're always going to have accidents, but I think that we can make them less likely, and I think importantly, we can give our first responders proper notice when they're responding to these derailments when they happen. It is ridiculous that firefighters and local officials don't know that hazardous chemicals are in their community, coming through their community. In East Palestine, you had a community of largely volunteer firefighters responding to a terrible crisis, toxic burning chemicals without knowing what was on them. It's one of the things that the legislation that Senator Brown, Senator Casey, and Senator Fetterman and I have worked on together, and I thank them for their work on that issue.
So if we're getting to a point right now where AOC and whoever is running the letterhead at Fetterman's office are calling this shit out, what's it going to take for people to start paying attention? Bottle opener doesn't work. What's it going to take?
Estonia says, "What's wrong with that chick's nostrils?" I'm glad I'm not the only one who saw it, man.
Oh, what the fuck? Do I not have a bottle opener in this entire fucking studio?
It's honestly, it's just nice to hear the word toxic being used correctly for once, and,
Yeah,
and
not
not to describe Thanksgiving with your uncle. You know?
Oh, there we go. I'm out of beer, so I have to drink Corona. Ugh.
Ew.
It doesn't fit into the category of beer for you.
No, I
No,
put
all right.
Chorus Light over Corona.
That's why if you have Corona and you have beer, you're gonna drink the Corona last.
Yeah, I'm out of regular beer, and I can't hit the stash of the liquor because we haven't had a McKinley or a comma.
Get this man a drink, chat. He's thirsty. He's parched.
Shelly should get some hot peppers. What? Corona needs limes? I don't have any limes either. The studio is significantly understocked right now.
Would you turn me into a turnip? That's your fucking problem.
That's true. I could just cut Drunkle up for limes, but
Whoa!
we are 50 away from reliming him.
Don't relime me, because he's gonna cut me.
I just need your arm. You don't use it anyway.
I don't have an arm. I'm a floating lime.
What dono is for drinking? I don't know. I need a shot of something strong, so I'll drink on a Witcher. Why not? That's significantly under what it normally should be, but yeah, fuck it.
I want to talk I want to leave the committee with just a couple of additional thoughts here.
It doesn't even smell good.
I think that's why you put limes in it, is to draw the taste away from the fact you're drinking Corona.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm a Republican. I'm a pretty conservative Republican, and I worry that there has been a movement in my party and in my movement in response to the legislation that I proposed that would not hold Norfolk Southern or the rail industry accountable.
Well, that's the thing, Vance. Even though you are correct, they're not going to hold them accountable. They're just not going to. Biden literally signed into law something that would make it impossible for them to strike. You think they're going to hold any of these people accountable? It's a pipe dream. It's straight up just not going to happen. It's just not. It sucks, but it's not. Corona is a beach beer when you need to hydrate. That's what I... when we're out drinking and I'm in it, and I've been drinking, 8% IPAs all night and fucking doing all that shit, and I need a normal drink, I go, I'm going to drink some water, and I get a Coors Light.
I want to be explicit about that. Now, I'm not talking about returning, and this bill is not returning to the days of rate setting. The 1980s level airline and rail deregulation, I think.
Okay, I'm done listening to him stumble through his words. I'm trying to find my way through my own. Now, here's a little infograph that I found pretty interesting. Here is a derailment infograph. Industry-wide, can I just open it up in a new tab? Maybe we'll get a better look at it. There we go. Industry-wide compared to Norfolk Southern. So while industry average looks like it's about just a 2.9 to 3, Norfolk Southern is almost a full point over the industry average. It's insane.
It's a fucking mental graph, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
Again, won't be held accountable. And while this happened, another train derailed in Ohio. But if we want to talk about holding people accountable, the House votes 419 to 0, proposed by Senator Hawley, that requires the Director of Intelligence to declassify all information on the origins of COVID. The entirety. Not a single nay.
I have
Good.
I don't like this.
No?
I mean I like it, but I don't like this because I'm left speechless.
Damn. Pikmin coming through with the flat hundo. Thank you so much, Pikmin. Guys, give it up in the chat. Big thank you to Mr. Pikmin. Comic Club member, too, by the by. The Biden blast is a great meme. Trump should get a disc attack, and we call it the Donald Destructo disc. I like that.
For fuck's sake.
Stop burping, man. It's just fucking weird and wet.
And just in a row, Sid.
Jesus. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
Sin burp talking is my wormy slurpy. Like I just can't do it. It just
Sorry.
You're not sorry, don't you?
Well, it's not like I force it out. It just kind of comes up.
Don't BP me. I don't want to.
Fucking, here we are, Polly Drunkle and Rick fucking Sanchez on the street.
It just kind of happens. I'm sorry. It's just a thing. I can't help it.
You know you like the wormy slurpy. I do. Well, I don't mind it. I just noticed Drunkle's reaction to it. And I'm like, oh man, that really does it to him.
It's
right?
bad. It's bad.
It's bad, but it doesn't provoke that. It doesn't provoke that a visceral reaction from me that it does for you. But then I heard Sinatra's mic's too good. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like
you think?
You hear the wetness and the popping and all the sorts of things you don't want to hear.
Because he says it just happens, but like you imagine it, like a fucking giving a fucking eulogy, and it just happens.
It's a shitty then. I don't know what to tell you.
Hold it in for that at least.
I would try. Him and the dog had a whole burp talking conversation the other night.
Doesn't look like much.
Stop it!
Oh my gosh, I feel so much better.
Soon may the kingdom come, squirting mice and some tasty numbs. One day when the critters come, we'll eat till our bellies are full.
Sinatra's becoming a sloppy old man, and that's crazy because not only am I the youngest here, but I'm the most handsome. I got to be careful.
Hey, I'm a looker.
Yeah, so you think.
I got cheekbones for days.
Yeah, I would have disagreed, but then I got that pictorial evidence late night when you were drunk, striking that come hither pose, and I was like, oh, well, look at that.
You know, fucking Calta Krill called me beautiful on Twitter. I'm like, holy shit.
I know at least 7 people from the pub who look exactly like you, mate. Fucking, there's nothing special going on here, Sin.
Oh, bullshit. If there's 7 people that look like me, your pub must be the highest rated pub in all of England.
You'd think, couldn't you? But no, it's not even the highest rated pub in all of Derby.
Melanska, the world is going to hell in a handbasket. Cheers, bro. I mean,
Does
I don't know.
Your pub have a thatch roof?
What?
That's a pretty straightforward question.
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear it. I just said thatch
Does your
roof,
pub have a thatch roof?
It doesn't have a fucking thatch roof, Polly. How would the snow would seep in?
Real
don't
quick.
have snow in England. We've been over this.
Real quick to what Miss Sin said. Hold on, she could probably tell you the story here in a minute. I had to send her to Home Depot. She was laying in bed and I was riling the dog up, as I do, because I just like to get the dog all riled up for literally no reason. And I was talking and I burped while I was talking and the dog jumped up on the bed. And of course it's just her top half because she's a big fat sea lion. And I'm talking to her and I'm petting her. I'm like, who's a good dog? And she looked up at me. She burped right in my face.
Oh, no, dog burps are bad.
You going to the thing?
Yeah, then you realize just how mean you can be by feeding them that dog food.
Did you just burp at Shelley when you were wishing her goodbye?
Thank you.
That could be the last thing. If something bad happens tonight, that could be the last thing that you ever said to her.
Oh, no, she's used to it by now. And then Sam for the 2877, no comment. Thank you so much. And Melanska, there's not much to do except to have a drink about it, so cheers, buddy. See, that was a burp when I wasn't talking, and I held it down. It's 2877, one that needs to be annotated. Nope. So I thought that was just an accident, but thank you, Sam. Thank you, Melanska. And Pikmin, thank you very much. But yeah, no, they voted 419-0 to declassify this, and it is giving me little sus vibes. I'm getting a little bit of vibes from this.
Spit it out.
But no, that's it.
Go ahead.
That is the actual dictionary definition of how I'm feeling about it. Interesting.
How are you spelling that?
EHHHUHHH.
I like it. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, fine. Yeah. I mean, it actually does. It actually does make sense.
Yeah, it's just.
There's a G in it. I didn't know where, but now I do.
It's like the 7th letter.
Depends on the amount of H's.
Do you get that? Because the G is literally the 7th letter.
Why would I have thought that?
It's not many to pick from.
But no, it's like the 7th letter in the alphabet.
Yeah.
Is it like? Yeah, I know, but like, I'm not autistic. Why would I have sat there and gone, yeah, it's G, the 7th letter of the alphabet?
Okay, maybe it's just me. Fine.
I get this a spectrum, mate, but fucking
whatever.
Rein it in, you know.
Fine. And America's Most Wanted right now, Miss Marjorie Taylor Greene, really went ham on.
That's a democracy that she is. Yeah.
Yes, the lady who can't even do a pull-up properly.
Dr. Redfield, did you agree, in your opinion, with Dr. Anderson's assessment at the time that this virus did look engineered?
I was concerned because of the presence of the furin.
Look at this Mr. Clean motherfucker in the back.
Oh, Agent 47.
Yeah, he's
red
giving
tie and everything.
somebody that fucking evil eye. Look at that shit.
He's there for a reason.
He's intimidating somebody right now. There is a lot of bald happening in this photo.
I like Dr. Redfield. If you turned his hair and facial hair upside down, he would look normal.
Right now, he looks like a tennis ball.
Do that.
That's true.
There's been hit too much on one side.
Ooh,
Looks like
is that
Coop? For those who know who that is.
Is that bitch sleeping?
Your
Probably.
reference. Moving on.
Marjorie
God,
Taylor
is she
Greene is
sleeping?
the right wing's AOC. Change my mind. I can't. You're fucking spot on. It's Drunkle.
It's not Drunkle. I can't grow a beard.
It's
Oh, you
true.
mean Agent 47? Oh, no, that is me. Oh, that
Babe.
is me.
Babe, you're pocket blocking people. Stupid.
Cleavage site that we've talked about. And I think it's important to understand what that cleavage site does. That cleavage site totally changes
Cleavage.
site. Right.
the orientation of the binding domain of COVID. So it now, which could not see the ACE2 receptor, which is the human receptor, it totally changes the orientation now, so it has high affinity for a human receptor. So
You've
that
lost
furin
Green.
cleavage site bothered me. It did.
What?
He's totally lost Green in that answer. It
Oh,
just-
dude, he lost Green 2 seconds into it.
Didn't seem that it belonged there. And then when you look at the sequences that it used, and it's beyond the committee, but I know many of you have looked into it, the sequences that they used in those 12 nucleotides for arginine were the arginine sequences, nucleotide triplet, that coded for the human arginine. So why did this virus have the arginine sequences for human there?
Ham and Beans in the chat had a interesting point a minute ago. He said the virus wasn't the weapon, but the jab was.
I think the government response was the weapon.
No, the government response was solely about power, and you're going to have a hard time convincing me otherwise.
But that was the weapon. We agree.
I don't know. See, now you got me looking at Agent 47 back there. He's like, checking his list, checking it twice.
Just trying to find out who's naughty or nice.
He's got a vest or a waistcoat, if you will. And, I don't know, man. There's all sorts of things about that man that I'm worried about.
There's a lot of people laid out in laundry hampers in the back rooms right now, man.
We have hit the goal, guys. Thank you very much. Now I've got to try to think of a new one, because I can't think of many more things that I want to throw off a cliff more than the IRS. I didn't even finish the thought before I figured out what the next one was, and I'll make it just to where you have to unseat Luna.
The moon?
Oh, whoa.
You conceded?
No, I said the moon.
To
I will never
clarify,
concede when it comes to celestial bodies, sir.
I think you did. I think it's on the record,
I think
sir.
you're wrong.
I don't need to ask
I
chat to
still
clip
think
that.
you're
I'm
wrong.
going back. No, I'm going back and grabbing that shit myself.
You pulled a tape, sir. You pulled a tape because you know what? You're so far back in time that you still use tape. Everyone's digital now, granddad. The future is now. That you still use tape.
Well, we will figure it out together.
Pulled a tape because you know what?
I'm going.
Please,
I think you. To
I will
clarify,
never. No.
Oh, whoa.
You conceded?
What the next one was, and I'll make it just to where you have to unseat Luna.
The moon?
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Why? So he said Luna, and I corrected him with the moon.
Oh no, that was a concede, sir.
That's not concede. There's no consension there. I was correcting him. I said the moon.
That was
No,
concede.
you were clarifying. You just wanted to make sure that he was
forever.
No, it was.
All right, too many people decided, Joe. Okay, fine.
I'm not having it, Tim.
I did not expect this to be the red letter day, but that's how it happens, I guess.
It's not a red letter day. It's a fuck you letter day. I didn't consent.
A fuck you letter day. What books have you been reading?
With many letters.
Apparently the good one.
Well, that's going into the sound pad collection. Thank you.
Bang. I don't know, man. There's some pretty excellent sound pad clips of Drunkle just existing.
I am a very.
I'm choking on a big black cock.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's cool to be a transgender.
Go about the punching the baby. Give us the punching the baby.
I really want to punch that baby.
I am very clippable.
That's true.
Well, I scored an excellent one from Sin. The sound pad's building up. The collection inventory is getting quite nice. I just need one of them phone dial button or 18 button mice that Sin has.
That Gasly
Transformer
is
mouse.
also very clippable.
Oh, fuck
I'm just saying, this is better than a real cock. Yeah, Epstein wasn't such a bad guy.
Yeesh.
Very disconcerting to me. It looked like this virus was engineered.
I mean, that's the ticket right there. In a Senate hearing, the virus looked engineered. Oh, how could it get worse? The fact that Fauci is coming out ahead of all this, trying to... He has officially come out of his rat's nest and tried to downplay everything as much as he could.
His gilded lakefront rat's nest.
Yes, with all the...
Rat's nest of splendor.
All the prayer candles of himself.
Oh, God, I forgot. Jesus, Sin, why'd you have to remind me?
Because I can't not think about it. This motherfucker... Look, if somebody
He had
made a
votive
prayer...
candles of himself. I just...
If somebody made prayer candles of me, I would have one. Because, somebody went through the effort of making a prayer candle of me, but he has a house full of his own stuff.
He's got a merch room.
Let me ask you about what Dr.
And I forget this guy's name is, but he is just the biggest cuck employed on television.
Robert Redfield is charging that you froze him out, that you didn't want him there, you didn't want him at these meetings, and that was deliberate.
You know, Neil, I really feel badly about that because I know Bob a long time. He is totally and unequivocally incorrect
Neil Cavuto.
in what he's saying that I excluded him. I had nothing to do with who would be on that call. That call was organized by a group of evolutionary virologists in order to discuss the possibility that this might actually be a virus that was actually engineered. So I didn't put anybody on the list of that call, nor did I take anybody else.
He just sounds like he's whining. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. I didn't do that. What are you talking about? I didn't put these people on here. Ham and Beans is calling for an official X to doubt, and I am here for it.
Can I go off topic just for a second? Ezzy Slay says, I'm texting while driving. Put your fucking phone down and put your eyes on a fucking road, you piece of shit.
It's just par for the course over here. A bunch of irresponsible dickheads. But in unrelated news, job openings dip in January above 10 million for the 20th straight month. I'm starting to believe the theory that these jobs aren't actually hiring people.
It's like Soviet Russia where they get 5 people to do one job that only needs, one person for half a day, that kind of thing.
Well, first off, yes, but second off, I don't. This is old hat, but I remember reading somewhere that these jobs will put up now hiring signs and active now hiring stuff, but not actually hire anybody because if they post that they're understaffed, they get some kind of government assistance.
Right.
So I'm starting to believe that might partially be the case. But on the other hand,
it's a combination of federal fraud and mafia no-show jobs.
That, and on the other hand, I know for a fact people just don't want to work for $7.50 an hour. Think about it. 2 hours worth of work, 2 hours of your life won't buy you a carton of eggs and a gallon of milk.
That's the question, isn't it? How long have you got to work in order to live?
Well, that's the thing, though, is do you want to live extravagantly or do you want to be a poor piece of shit like the rest of us?
Well, that depends on the job, doesn't it? So, like, you're flipping burgers in McDonald's, all right, then you should at least earn enough to get by.
I disagree. I don't think minimum wage
enough...
jobs should be supporting jobs.
No, enough to get by. You shouldn't be living an extravagant lifestyle, but you should be able to put food on the table. You shouldn't have a 50-inch television, but you should have eggs.
You want to hear a story? I got a story for you. So I have been craving KFC for like a week. So I finally last night I'm like, let's go to KFC. I want to get KFC. We're going to KFC.
How long have you gone without KFC then?
Dude, I haven't eaten KFC in years, but I did my stream last Sunday, and Foodie Beauty was eating KFC chicken strips. Those look so fucking good. Yeah. So like and finally last night, I'm like, we're going to KFC. I want to get KFC. We're going to KFC. So Miss Sin and I hop in the car and we go to KFC. So for 5 people to eat KFC, let's play Prices Right. How much, and we'll get to the next part in a second. How much do you think it was for 5 dinners from KFC?
In total?
Yes.
So you say 5 dinners. Are you doing 5 separate 3-piece meals, or are you getting a bucket?
No, we're doing 5 separate meals.
Okay.
Where are we, John boy? If I had to guess, I'd say Communist China. Are we gonna die here? Darn fucking tootin'.
Doc35 saying, Drunkle, you're looking very kawaii today.
You are. You got your little rosy cheeks and everything.
You throw a Pokeball and I could be yours. I'm going $55, Bob.
Polly?
$54.
Oh, you prick.
I know.
It was $87.
Oh my God.
Shut up.
80, and she told me the total. I was like, what the fuck? So what we ordered was 3 famous bowls, because that's what the kids like. Miss Sin wanted popcorn chicken. I wanted the 5-piece chicken strips. Then we ordered 3 sides of mashed potatoes, 2 sides of coleslaw. Okay?
Man, KFC coleslaw is the shit.
We pull up to the window. I saw that, Sam. We pull up to the window. They gave us our bags. They gave us 4 family servings, or 3 family servings of mashed potatoes, 2 of coleslaw. They didn't give us the sides. They just gave us the larges of everything. And I was like, this isn't what I ordered. And she goes, okay, well, we can give you 2 famous bowls to make up for this, and you'll have to give us that back. And I looked at her like she had fucking ants crawling out of her tear ducts.
Just give me what I ordered. Don't.
And that's what I said. I was like, why don't you just give me what I ordered? Just how about the stuff I ordered and then refund the rest to my card, because these sides are like $7 a piece. And she looked at me, and I swear to God, she rolled her eyes and went, ugh.
Yeah. I mean, look, don't go to KFC and expect better attitude.
I could have pulled this bitch out of the window and given her a shake.
This isn't even my final form. Do you guys get the KFC app on your phones over there? Because you get some offers which are well worth it, especially when you've got a family the size of yours, Sin.
Well, we don't often go to KFC, but
you ain't got to. Even if you use it once, you're still saving money.
That's not the full story. Just listen.
No, okay.
She's like, okay, give me all of that stuff back. And I'm like, that's disgusting.
This is my stuff.
I handed her the fucking side, the big bowls of shit through the window. She's like, I'll throw that out for you. So I handed it to her, and then she just walked away. And then she came back to the window. She's like, what are you waiting for? And I looked at her. I said, my food? And she's like, what? Oh, that's right. And she walked to the back and came back with 2 sides of mashed potatoes. I did the thing where I start rubbing my eyes and put my hands through my hair. And I'm like, no, I need 2 sides or 3 sides of mashed potatoes and a side of coleslaw. And she brings it back. She's like, do you have the gravy? I said, no. you did not give us any gravy. And she looked at me, she's like, are you sure?
I'm sure.
And I looked at Shelly and I was like, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. And the lady looked at me, she's like, did we give you gravy? I said, no, you didn't give us fucking gravy. She's like, sir, you don't need to talk like that. I was like, look, I just spent this much money. I want my fucking food and I want my money back for the sides I don't need. So she finally does the thing, gives us the sides, takes my card, supposedly gives my money back. I didn't get the notification on my phone that we got the refund, so I guarantee you I didn't. And I was like, check the bag, make sure everything's in there. So she checks it and she's like, you didn't get fries with your food. So the lady has gone now. She comes back. She's like, are you still here? And I was like, yeah, I didn't get fries with my food. She's like, you don't get fries. She's like, you don't get fries with that. And I think I stared at her right in the fucking face for like 30 seconds. And I was like, I ordered the box. The box comes with the side and fries. And she's like, does it?
I can kind of understand why you carry a gun now.
Dude, I was like, yeah, it does. This trip to KFC took over a half an hour. I was incensed with fucking anger at how dumb this bitch was. We pulled out of the line after I finally got my fries. And I parked for a second and I did the thing where I like lock my elbows on the steering wheel and put my head down like.
What? It's a pretty long time for fast food, isn't it?
That's what I was just about to ask. How long exactly were you at this window? In reality, not how long did it feel? I'm sure it felt like a couple hours, but you know.
I was at the window for like 15 minutes.
Well, I mean, in fairness,
not ordering, not paying,
so
just
deal with it.
Not ordering and not paying, just sitting at the second window, doing this fucking barter system for my food. You know, like I just spent $87 fucking dollars, and you can't even get this shit right. I am gonna blow my head off on you.
I liked the voice you put on for the KFC people.
Yeah, that wasn't bad, actually.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I turned to Shelly. I'm like,
is the who was who?
Yeah.
I turned to Shelly. I'm like, is the combined IQ of all 13 people working in here 37?
And that is why Sinatra is against minimum wage.
And you know what kills me about your story? There's nothing you ordered that was like, can I get the cheeseburger with extra pickles, but no onions and no cheese? Like there were no special orders. It was just the stuff on the menu as it was. Nothing custom.
Then like
and it's
sides.
still fucked up.
It's just sides. Give me a famous bowl with coleslaw, popcorn chicken with mashed potatoes and gravy. Just sides.
You know what's a crying shame? KFC don't do mashed potato over here.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what's a shame? In lots of places, they don't do biscuits. They used to do corn on the cob back in the day.
Yeah.
That's old.
Your vegetarian meal. Let's go to KFC for a vegetarian meal.
Here's a cob for you, vegan weirdo.
Pear to Bear said amazing. That's what I was thinking the whole time. Like, this is just impressive. To fuck up this badly, it's impressive. Like, and then we're waiting in line and I'm looking at the menu and they have a sandwich where in lieu of a bun, there are 2 fried chicken patties. And I'm like, that is just the fattest shit I have ever seen in my life.
But would you still refer to that as a sandwich?
No.
Hey, Sin, we were talking about the McFish. You know what I found out just last night?
Huh.
The McFish in Australia only comes with a half slice of cheese. They actually get the people to break the cheese square in half.
It's the double down. I ate one and thought I was going to die. It looks like a pure cholesterol meal. Did you ask for the manager? I don't listen. I swear to God on everything. This bitch said she was the manager.
I believe it. Polly,
Well,
you have
that explains it. Top down.
with cheese. Fish and cheese.
Yeah, it's a fish sandwich. Of course you put cheese on it. I put cheddar on all my fucking tuna melts.
Divine Petulance, it's not the fish fillet. It's the fish au filet.
It's the
Filet of
McFish.
actually. Yeah. So,
I'm
but
on Divine
I
Petulance on this. Like, we sound our T's here. Sometimes. Sometimes.
Fillet?
Isn't filet French?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we don't say it.
I'm fine with the fillet. It's fine. I call it the McFish affectionately. I like the
McFish. I have Twitter open next to Discord on the other window.
I've seen Urtica in the chat a lot tonight, and that motherfucker's been smashing it. Some
Yeah,
great one-liners.
Urtica's S tier chat member for sure.
Fuck yes.
Anyway, so that's all I got to say about the jobs opening.
Yes, that's why you're against minimum wage right there, because your recent experience with fucking KFC. And
Look,
the KFC people.
I think minimum wage should reflect inflation. But Jesus fucking Christ, guys, if you want
get your food.
if you want $15 an hour, I want everything. It doesn't even have to look good. I don't go to McDonald's. I don't go to Burger King. I don't go to Taco Bell expecting it to look like the menu. I got a McDouble the other day, and both pickles were just on the side of the sandwich. And I didn't even give a shit. I just didn't even...
Like a spare tire.
Yeah, they were just on the side. And you know what? I didn't give a shit because I went to McDonald's and I know what they get paid.
Yeah.
I don't want it to look... I just want what I ordered in the bag. That's all I want. That
Not
is
even
it.
in the burger, just in the bag.
Blame foodie. Well, yeah, I think I have to at this point.
No, I'm with this. Sometimes you do just get a craving for that shit. I remember I came off the flu and all I wanted was some KFC gravy. I just needed salt in my life. And mate, that was the best fucking gravy I've ever fucking had. Because I was yearning
salt brown sauce.
You know why I don't like KFC gravy? Because when
it's thin and flavorless?
Or KFC mashed potatoes and gravy, when I worked in a nursing home, it was the same thing. That is what we served to residents, and I ate it just about every day for like 2 years, and I just cannot have it again.
The bad nostalgia.
So while all this fun stuff is happening, this is what Joe Biden's doing.
Oh, speaking of care homes.
Yeah. It just looks like a bunch of old people holding up each other by each other.
Yeah, it literally looks like the blind leading the blind.
The blind leading.
Well, he's got the clergy there, the total non-grifting,
leading the blind.
fake fraud clergy.
Yeah,
with no church.
The person who's actually holding his hand, that is actually how you lead a blind person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You notice that he carries on with a chant once the megaphone has said it, because that's the only one he can hear.
I despise his fucking aviators, dude.
You need the face for... Look, I can wear aviators. Shut up! Be quiet! What do you mean? I have the face for aviators. You need a long horse face. He doesn't have a horse face. There's only a certain kind of person who can wear aviators. He is not it.
Faustonia, Sin, please make a dono of Michael Douglas and Falling. Every day I relate more and more to that movie. When I just go out in public and I see people existing, I relate so much more to Falling Down. It's ridiculous. Holding that sad little burger in the fast food joint. Deep fake your face on top of Douglas. I don't know if I could do that last part, but I definitely got you on the first one. Let me make a note of it.
Awesome.
I did redub the comma because every time I listen to it and Vegeta's talking and I just was in there like, Stream Boss, I cringed, so I just redubbed the whole fucking thing myself. We haven't seen it yet, but I'm interested to see. Falling.
Patrick Furniture says,
Down.
why the long face, Drunkle? Oh, yeah, all right, you laughed at your own joke. I appreciate that. But I do have a nice, long, handsome face. Sinatra, he has a handsome but squashed in face. I have a horse face.
I got
he has a
monkey face.
See, that's the rule. Now, how many times have I fucking said this on not just this show, but the show before that, the show before that? Horse faces and horse faces, they don't work well together. No one wants to see it. Monkey face, no one wants to see it. Horse face and monkey face, look at any fucking famous comedy duo ever. It's always horse face and monkey face. That's the way it goes. That's why me and Sid have been working together for so fucking long.
Polly's got horse face. So horse face, monkey face, horse face. It works out.
Yeah, the trios, it doesn't.
News to me.
There's no rules about that. You know?
If I remember correctly, Polly has horse face. I haven't seen your face in a while.
With this square jaw?
Yes.
Oh.
Horses have square jaws too. What?
Otter face. Well done, Sam Silent.
It's hard to think of a more squared jaw than a horse.
You look like Desperate Dan, Polly.
Who?
Oh,
yeah, who?
I forget what I'm trying to... He was a cartoon, a comic book character from a comic called The Dandy from a very, very long time ago. He was a big old burly Western man.
No, Polly is a skinny fucking.
He used to shave by shooting himself in the face. Like he was a proper fucking bloke, you know. He would eat cow pies which had a whole cow in them. Desperate Dan, man. He was the epitome of manliness.
Looks like the British version of Paul Bunyan.
I'm 6'2", 200 pounds. That's skinny?
Yes, I've seen you. You
pretty
were
cheap,
skinny.
actually. There was a time in Britain where
You can't use yourself as the yardstick here, sir.
I definitely don't consider myself skinny. I'm a refrigerator shaped lad. But you are definitely on the thinner side.
I've never heard those words in that order before, Sin. I'm a refrigerator-shaped lad.
I'm 6 foot 260. I'm a big boy.
And he's cool.
I am cool. That's true. Anyway, here. Speaking of monkeys, they're evolving faster than the British.
I just don't like the music. David Attenborough is coming for you personally.
I weigh the same as Sin and I'm 5 inches shorter. And you know what? I carry my weight well. I am 50 something inches around the chest. I am a large man.
I'm gonna start timing people out in the chat in a second.
You can't time off Estonia.
Monday, I'm gonna bring up a meme. It'll be like, oh, they're evolving faster than the Americans. And it's just gonna be a load of kids in a school class not getting shot.
Oh, wow. That would be hilarious if you have not used that one 82 times before.
Yeah, that, and I'm not allowed within 20 yards of a school. So I haven't got anywhere to film it.
Anyhow. Footage shows Capitol cop Brian Sicknick uninjured on January 6th. Oh, he's the cop that they blame the protesters on killing, but just uninjured.
Well, hang on, no, because there was a cop. Was there someone died? Was it a cop who got shot?
No, the only person who died on Jan 6 was a protester.
Yeah, okay. But this is, presumably, then this is one of the cops who just let them in.
Well, what is this? Will Smith is embarrassed and hurt over Chris Rock's comment on Netflix special.
I'll tell you what, man. Will Smith just needs to get the fuck off of social media.
You should be
That's why he
embarrassed.
lost it in the first place.
Chris Rock has a bit that he said he watches. I forget what movie it is, but Will Smith is a slave and the master's beating him.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock said he just watches it and then rewinds it and then rewatches it and then rewinds it.
Just to watch Will Smith get whipped, he says.
Yeah. And now Will Smith wants to say he's embarrassed. Will Smith should be embarrassed by his own fucking actions, not by Chris Rock.
We're
Holy
all embarrassed
shit.
on his behalf, for fuck's sake. Come join us on Earth, Will Smith.
What
Dude, I mean,
a fucking joke.
He said himself, he goes, social media is my bread and butter. Now, that is not a healthy human being.
You should be embarrassed by fucking Jada banging your son's friends, not Chris Rock. Jesus Christ.
Why the fuck is he still with her? Like, if that... Your wife
Money.
bangs someone
It's
else,
money.
no matter who it is, you're out. You go, no, fuck it, you're done.
It's
over.
money. Of course it's money. It's never
Yeah,
not money.
It's money, and she'll write 5 tell-all books where they're just, it won't be anything about her. It'll just be about Will Smith did this, and Will Smith liked this up the butt, and Will Smith, like, you know.
Well, look, if he likes it up the butt, then that's fine. That's on her for fucking... You don't chat shit about your fucking partner's sexual preferences after the fucking fact. You don't do it at all. That's a very intimate thing. That should be between two people. Or
Yeah, but
3
these are
people if it's that
Hollywood
kind of
people.
marriage. Yeah, but they're not real people, is what I'm saying. You know, they are presences and nothing else. They're plastic.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you expect normal behavior out of these people? Will Smith is staying with her to keep funding her, failed projects.
And she would take half of his fucking money.
Where are we, John boy? If I had to guess, I'd say communist China. Are we gonna die here? Darn fucking tootin'.
I'll grab that now, but Sin, was that an Eddie Murphy reference by any chance?
No, she would.
You get half. Fostonia threw $5. He said, love you too, Drunkle. Seriously, no glitter sneezing homo. And I love you too as well, mate. No rainbow ass juice. Thank you, Fostonia. Maybe a little bit of rainbow ass juice.
Just a little.
God bless the NHS.
All right, we're about to get into the... after this, we'll get into it, so...
All right.
So this is what Sideshow Mel has to say about all this stuff. The Tucker footage, all that shit.
You guys reported on it, who have condemned.
Reading the tweet. It's KJP. Who is KJP?
Green Jean-Pierre.
Oh, that's this bitch. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad. Right.
Oh, whoops. Wrong button.
This false depiction of the unprecedented violent attack on our Constitution and the rule of law, which cost police officers their lives. And that's what we saw on that day.
No cops died. She's just lying. She's
Going to the
straight
fire
up lying.
extinguisher thing. Do it. Do it.
Very dark day, an attack on our democracy.
Just lying. Straight up lying. Oh. So I want you guys to keep this in mind as we go forward to the titular article. We'll get to this in 1 second. But we are getting into the titular pieces, so if you guys would be so kind as to smash the like. The ratio's not bad, but not great. Smash the like, share it out. If you feel so inclined, try to unseat Luna. You guys are getting well within... It's going to take hard strikes, but well within striking range of taking Luna out. And let's get to... So this is the Congress vote on withdrawing troops from Syria. 171 nays on the Republican side and 150 on the Democrat side, coming out to 301 in favor of and 321 in dissenting opinion of. What up, Zach? There you are. Now, keep that in mind as we go forward.
Terrorists would also have unfettered access to the Omar oil field. A full withdrawal of the efficient forces remaining would completely open the region to the resurgence of
Luna's calling you guys out, by the way.
ISIS and other terrorist organizations whose mission is the destruction of American families.
Keep this in mind. Let's move on. This is the argument I've seen lately. Just to be clear, Mexicans are not crossing the border in the United States. we crossed the border into their country, by legally purchasing the land. But again, big circle, we'll come back to this. 2 of the 4 Americans kidnapped after shootout in Mexico found dead. So to anybody who doesn't know, 4 Americans were kidnapped on their trip to Mexico. 2 of them were tortured to death. Completely normal.
Were abducted in Mexico last Friday. 2 of those Americans are now dead. The group was kidnapped by a cartel in a northern border city.
A family is suing Airbnb after finding.
So keep that in mind.
Suing Airbnb, or is that?
This is a different story. I just wanted that first bit. If you're an American, you go to Mexico, I think you're an idiot. But hold on. Here's how Sideshow Mel talks about the situation.
I wanted to start today by addressing the announcement by Mexican officials regarding the status of the 4 Americans attacked in Mexico. We're still working with Mexican officials to learn more and to have all Americans return to the United States. President Biden has been kept updated on this incident.
Their bodies.
Senior members of the White House have also been engaged. We extend our deepest condolences to their families and friends. For the sake of privacy and out of respect to the families, we are going to refrain from further comment about those circumstances at this time. I can confirm that U.S. officials are in touch with the families of the individuals, but again, we will respect their privacy regarding our conversations with them. We appreciate the hard work of the Justice Department and the FBI, DHS, and DEA for their swift response to this awful incident and for their continued collaboration with Mexican authorities. These U.S. agencies remain in close touch with their counterparts, and we expect that they will share more as they can. Attacks on U.S. citizens are unacceptable, no matter where or under what circumstances they happen. We will continue to work closely with the Mexican government to ensure justice is done in this case.
So she says all this stuff, and the reason they went down there was so the woman could get a tummy tuck. Personally, I believe they were there to buy drugs.
Oh.
They got kidnapped by a cartel. That just doesn't happen randomly. They were 150% there to buy drugs. And I see people, I was watching Fox News at my mom's. I see people pushing for military action against the cartels, and I am generally anti-war. But these people are so brazen that they are now kidnapping American citizens? I don't know, man. I genuinely don't know. The Mexican police have stated and will continue to state that they will not go up against the cartel because the cartel is better armed, better manned, so they won't do anything about it. Could it be time for American military to get involved with something that is affecting American citizens? These people are coming up through the border en masse. I think it's something like 3 to 4 million people since Biden's took office have come up through the southern border. I guarantee you at least a fifth of them are cartel members. That is an invasion. That is the textbook definition of an invasion. If Mexico won't do anything about it, is it up to the military to take care of it? I genuinely don't know. I am really torn on the issue.
It's, I mean, criminals going to crim. Here's the thing, like, and if they were down there to buy drugs, and it does seem very, very likely, then if you're going to do crime, then expect to get crimed as well. It's like that the basketball player went to Russia with some fucking weed, You got caught, but we were all of the fucking mind, like, you went over there, you knew what was going on, you knew you were doing wrong, and you got caught. No fucking sympathy. You knew what you were doing. I don't think now it is speculation that they were down there to buy drugs, but if they were, then look, if you're going to deal with the cartel, then the cartel's going to deal with you.
Well,
that's
that's
fucking rocket appliances.
That's true. You are absolutely correct there, but it's not just affecting these 4 people. the cartel activity is affecting Americans on American soil.
But I honestly, I think that's a whole different conversation to, you know, the people who went down and got kidnapped. I think it's a whole.
It is a different conversation, but again, it's the wrong thing being the right thing to bring up the issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it time? I don't know. I genuinely don't. Polly, what do you think?
Woo! Brother, you laid out a that was like a 15-point program you just laid out there. I mean,
I'll be back in 45 minutes. Then.
No, that was a lot. Drunk will admit it, man. He just went down that list. I'm sitting there thinking, if I was going to do a response video, it would be to everything he said there. Holy shit!
Oh, really? God bless you. Oh, that's no Polly. That means a lot coming from you, dude. Fucking hell.
Well,
I wasn't sarcastic. I appreciate it sounded sarcastic. It wasn't.
I appreciate. Okay, yeah. I mean, there was points of strong agreement, points of disagreement. And now they're kidnapping people. Okay, well, now cartels have been kidnapping Americans for a long time. It's just when it gets taken notice of for whatever reason. Who knows why his story will develop legs or not? People are. Yeah, and they're better armed, they're better manned. Yeah, better armed. Okay.
So they subvert his views.
Depends on which. You're talking Sinaloa. You're talking which cartel you're talking about. Whether they're border. Or not.
Wait. I didn't want the notification to go over what you were saying.
Oh no, not that. Sorry. I'll read the notification in a second. But I said they are better armed. I was yelling from the bathroom running over here.
I've done that.
They are better armed and better manned than the Mexican police, not the American military.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, that's, yeah. No question about that. I was talking.
It's very easy. Sorry, Polly.
I was talking about, I was thinking you meant the Mexican police. No question about that. Yeah, I knew that's what you meant. They're not willing to take them on. I don't think it's a factor of pure fear. It's also the intensity of corruption they're paid to not give a fuck. That is a major factor as to why they won't take them on. They own certain towns. They own the fucking political and law enforcement constabulary there. It's how they operate.
You can also wage war against people who are also wearing a uniform. The cartel don't wear a uniform. They just look like civilians.
We have not waged war against a uniform opponent since World War II.
And neither of them have gone well.
That's true. We did get out. Yeah, I mean, you got a point. But I don't know. I genuinely don't know. That's why I brought it up, because I was listening to it on TV. Like, I don't know. Maybe it is time to take military action against these people. Is because every term of the definition of invasion is being met by what's happening in Mexico to the U.S.
Absolutely agreed. That was one of the things that a lefty friend that I have who voted Biden, big, fuck Trump, strange orange man, the whole 9 yards, right?
Right.
And she even calls it a silent invasion. We are being overwhelmed and nobody's doing anything. And it's like, yeah, even these people clue in. It's, yeah. When you have that amount of people pouring over a fucking border and, I don't want to get into the whole thing. I'll just get mad.
Going against the cartels with rules of engagement is going to be a nightmare.
I heard that you said that into your hands.
I was on face palming listening to you say it.
I could hear it.
I don't want to get too mired down in this, but it's definitely something that's been on my mind, and I expected that to take much less time, so we don't need to go through the rest of this. But listen, I'll grab this. C. Thomas. While I'm not for anything south of the border because, while I'm not for anything south of the border because why keep dick garbage? However, about time to DMZ northern Mexico again, like we did in the early 1900s. You might not be wrong on that one. You might not be wrong. Because, okay, let's think about it this way. Can you name any other time besides COVID in American history where we let the actions of a foreign power kill hundreds, plural, of thousands of Americans and did nothing about it?
Spanish flu.
Not quite the same thing.
Yeah, microscopic adversaries don't count.
Well, you got to specify, haven't you?
Be quiet! Shut up! Be quiet!
I do love that donation. I have a solution for combating the cartels and justifying U.S. military action in doing so. While benefiting from the whole of America, annex Mexico. It's the fourth largest silver deposit in the world. Then they'll just become domestic terrorists. I don't know. Then they're just in competition with the CIA for their drug dealing business. I don't know. But listen to this exchange with what?
What?
What'd you say?
Huh?
Listen to this exchange with
live piece of shit.
Crane Jean-Pierre and Peter Ducey.
But the violence aspect of it, now Americans are being slaughtered. Would President Biden be taking the same approach if it was Al-Qaeda or ISIS operating just across the border from an American city?
The president.
Oof.
Oof.
Unlike Asian lady on MSNBC who's, I don't mince words. No, Ducey don't mince.
Yeah, Ducey don't give a fuck.
Oh, we've seen him before on this show, have we not?
Oh, yeah, Peter Ducey
Peter
is a
Ducey,
staple.
fuck yeah.
He's straight to the point, fucking, let's get the question out there, you answer it, and they never do.
Never.
Seriously. He takes this very seriously. The FBI and other agencies have been on top of this.
I'm a big fan of micro expressions, like little things, and you could tell as soon as Ducey asked that question, she was just like, oh.
What was that show with Tim Roth? Where he was a psychologist and it was all about micro expressions. It was a crime show. Tim Roth.
Reservoir Dogs?
In the stable.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, I think that was a detective show where he was all about the micro expressions when he was
in a stable.
No, that's from Hateful Eight.
But it was Tim Roth was the same.
Chat is saying lie to me.
That's the one. That was the first time I heard of micro expressions, and it is fucking fascinating.
Oh, it's just looking at how people react. Most people don't look for little things, but
you should watch that show, Sin, if you haven't, mate. You'd love it.
Doc, thank you for the $5. Bounty on swaths of skin that have been known, identifying cartel ink on them.
I'm in favor of old-fashioned. You take out a cartel member, bring the tattoo to a sheriff, and get $5,000. Sure.
Oh, a bounty style. I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Aspect of
Dude, I literally be John Wick ass-kicking my way through northern Mexico.
Man. It's fucking Red Dead with 3 A's in it.
Fucking Witcher my way through whatever city is right on the border. Fucking someone help me. I don't know Mexican geography. I don't give a shit.
Because over here, you just have to bring over their bowler hat. I called him Arj.
Being slaughtered. Would President Biden be taking the same approach if it was Al-Qaeda or ISIS?
I'm getting tipsy. I'm going to go grab another beer. I'm going to let this play. I don't know if I've made it clear or not, but I would literally punch Drunkle in the face for a Witcher donation tonight.
I think you do that when sober.
Yeah, maybe. I'll be right back.
But the violence aspect of it, now Americans are being slaughtered. Would President Biden be taking the same approach if it was Al-Qaeda or ISIS operating just across the border from an American city?
The president takes this very seriously. He takes this very seriously.
Sure
the
does.
FBI and other agencies have been on top of this from day one. And so
You're
that's what he's
working
going to
closely
continue to do.
Day one, Polly.
When it comes to Americans' lives and when it comes to the safety of Americans, the president's always going to make sure that that is a top priority.
Would President Biden ever consider using the U.S. military to disrupt cartel operations?
I'm just not going to get into the military and how it's being used. Okay.
But the violence aspect of it, now Americans
refusal
are being
to answer.
slaughtered. Would President Biden be taking the same approach if it was Al-Qaeda or ISIS operating just across
the FBI's on top of it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that was a fucking mess.
Yeah, I could hear you shouting at the wall.
Well, my fridge, but yeah, I pulled out a beer and all the other beer started to fall out.
I get it. I've shouted at my fridge a lot. My fridge has actually contacted the authority. My fridge is looking to go to a fucking women's shelter. Doc says, how much is The Witcher again? I believe it's 110.
110.
Streamlabs.com/Sinatra_ says live streams.
Indeed. Thank you very much. But Deucey makes a good point. Would you tolerate this under any other circumstance? And chances are no.
Be quiet! Shut up! Be quiet!
Worst case scenario, you solve homelessness and the cartel problem with a tattoo bounty.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, it's
I mean, we're not denying the results.
I mean, you make a point. You make a point.
It's just a bad one.
Anyway, this one is called Denied for this. President Zelensky invites Elon Musk to visit. Okay. Now
I wonder why that would be.
It's really mind-boggling.
Yeah.
President Zelensky invites House Speaker Kevin McCarthy to visit.
Is there like a whole there's gonna be a big game of Clue going on here? Like, what, Zelensky's gonna die and they've all got to work out how he died. You know?
Your war zone isn't a fucking red carpet event, Zelensky. Jesus Christ.
Dude, it is like that though, isn't it? Oh my God, I couldn't put it into words, but you just said it.
This fucking
red
guy.
carpet, it is. My
Besides
God.
the fact that he's just in the M part of his Rolodex, McCarthy turned him down.
Oh.
But instead, McCarthy decided he wants to see how this money is being spent, which immediately was dropped out of the news thereafter. So he moved from N right to O. The Oscars denied Zelensky a chance to speak at the 2023 ceremony.
He wants to speak at the World Cup. He wants to speak at the Oscars. He wants to sit in the top balcony. No, wait, give the next State of the Union address. Fuck off.
Dude, we get it. You're being invaded, but fucking wind your neck in, princess. There's other things going on, you know?
Mexico has no Air Force. Did you think Mexico had fleets of MiG fighter jets just hanging out?
Also, who made this thumbnail, Sin? Because this is
fucking dog
looks like
shit.
an 8-year-old YouTuber's fucking thumbnail, doesn't it?
I can make a better thumbnail than this, and I am just now learning how to do Photoshop.
That bit there where it says Oscars 2023 Best Picture was made with Paint. That's Microsoft Paint, and that was done by hand.
Yeah.
No! Polly, look at me. Oh, God, I looked away.
I have donos to read, Sin. Ivana Fajita for 13. I could fuck up a fajita. No, it's Friday. I can't fuck up a fajita.
It's KFC day.
I could fuck up a tuna melt.
I've got ribs.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kiro Soldier, 13 minutes ago. My bad, man. This must have been, I wasn't paying attention. My dad was a pastor in a small town along the border. We would have Mexican nationals asking when America is coming to get rid of the cartels. I mean, if a foreign country is relying on aid like that, I don't know.
I mean, a foreign country is relying on aid like that, and you keep fucking giving it to them.
I know, but this is an issue that actually affects us. I don't think if Russia right now completely took over Mexico, I don't think it would affect a single American.
It wouldn't really. Look, even if they fucking took over Ukraine, I couldn't find myself really giving a shit. Now, is it something that we're bridging a cultural gap right here? Because America, you've given, and it is taxpayers' money, gone to Ukraine. The UK has also given taxpayers' money and gone to the Ukraine. We can high five over this, guys. We can actually sit here together as people from two different countries and go, do you know what? Fuck you, Zelensky. All right. I'm fucking broke. It's cold in my flat. I can't buy a pepper for love nor fucking money, but you're all right with your fucking F-13s or what it is.
Hold your fire! This man isn't black!
It's enjoy omeletta
What?
for 10. Enjoy omeletta.
Dude,
with
I
no
got
message.
I got my
Thank you,
gas
enjoy
bill
omeletta.
for the studio this month. I have like a 600 square foot room that I keep at 65 degrees. $96 to heat this.
Mhm.
So I called them and I said, "Hey, why is
Can't be right.
why is this so high? I signed on for the budget plan at $41."
You must have made a mistake.
Yeah, I'm like,
right?
"Are you reading the right meter? I have
Yeah.
a 700 square foot studio that I keep at like 65." And she goes, "Well, since this is a commercial property, the rates are just a little bit higher. And when we redid your budget, we had to factor into the war." I heard the
Got a fact into the what?
I heard the WA of war.
like big drums.
There's your war.
War's over, Polly.
I heard the WA of the word war, and I just hung up on her.
I can't believe that. That is incredible. How would a corporation like? Oh, but no, we're sending gas over to Ukraine. You're not.
I heard the what of war and just hung up the phone. I was like, I don't
Eat a
fucking care.
spaghetti.
You should have just
Donated
left it
$10.
at.
Thank you very much. With no
Yeah, I'm not in
comment,
the middle of
but,
a sentence. It's fine.
Oh, I thought you were in. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's just.
It happens, Polly. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, it happens. Go ahead.
I heard the WA of the word war and I hung up. Like, okay, you want to say it's a commercial property? That's fine. I understand. My internet's higher here than at my house because it's a commercial property. I have different things. It's fine. But don't blame Ukraine because you're jacking up the gas price on your customers. It's ridiculous. That's more than double the budget I signed up for.
Just don't lie. Just say we want more profit. It'd be like, okay.
And the first
understand.
time I
Always
called,
happens.
when they jumped up the price, I was like, well, what's going on? This isn't right. And she said, well, you're keeping it too hot in there. And I was like, I keep it at 65. My wife comes here and she puts on a winter coat.
Yeah,
You
right.
Fucking full of shit,
Mate,
asshole.
It's fucking horrible. My flat. I'm in one room, and it's not a fucking big room, but it's my room studio where the magic doesn't happen. And every time it gets so fucking cold in here, I just play Space Engineers, and it's warm in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you, graphics card.
Faz does that. It just heats the room up.
Lovely, mate. Lovely.
All right. Go ahead, Polly.
Oh, now he doesn't want to.
That's fine. We can move on.
Let's move on.
Are you going to read it?
You need salt from KFC. You got plenty. Eat a spaghetti. Thank you for the $10. Greatly appreciated. No comment. And Big Dro said, would you have Zelensky on AAA? Damn right.
Yeah.
Damn right. I do see the fuck out of him.
In a
He's
heartbeat,
welcome.
but he's not allowed to
we-
shill his Streamlabs.
We should just turn him down like everyone else has.
No, I would love to see how uncomfortable I could personally make that manlet.
I think he was a professional comedian. I think this is actually genuinely a funnier show than anything he has ever done.
Well, you could say that about most comedians.
It's true, but then he became president of a country. So what I'm saying is, look, if we out fucking funny him, does that mean that we become the president of Ukraine?
Well, we wouldn't become president because we're not going to kick back 10% to the big guy.
It also depends on their heating rates.
True. Let's keep going. McCarthy shreds Biden's budget proposal, completely unserious.
But like physically shreds, like Nancy Pelosi shreds, or
No, that would be illegal. I'm sure the FBI would show up at McCarthy's house. But Biden's budget plan calls for $2 trillion.
It's walking around money.
Trillion dollars of new taxes.
How long do you think it will be before? Because trillion is, I mean, it's the highest thing that we've seen in the.
And I just want $110. They're talking about trillion. Well, I don't want 110. I want a Witcher, but
that's all he's after, guys. He gets 110, you get a Witcher, everyone's fucking happy.
True.
How long do you think it'll be before like these budgets actually include the word quadrillion?
I don't think quadrillion is a real number.
It is a real number.
No, bajillion's not real. Quadrillion is real.
No, because bajillion's not real.
Well, I think we'll hit bajillion soon, honestly.
It's gonna be real.
But
like trillion was a number that no one, say, take it back like fucking 50 years or at least a couple of generations. No one would think that they would see that fucking size of number in the news. And now they're on about, just in government, the word trillion is getting used. That's huge. When billion was getting used, that was huge.
Brazilian, Gorillion. I saw a tweet earlier that said that his new budget plan mentioned the words queer, transgender, gay, and equity like 180 times combined.
Yeah.
And the word, what was it? I think Americans or something like that, like 4 times.
So we see what's going on there.
It is very transparent, but where the fuck? Where
Putting the trans
fuck?
in transparent, right?
Where the fuck are we gonna get $4.7 trillion from?
It'll be tax increases and pay cuts for people who work in the civil sector.
It's like getting blood from. It's like getting blood from a fucking stone.
Except it's not a stone, is it? America's actually the richest fucking country on the planet.
Well, not Americans.
No, America. But that comes at the cost of Americans. So the answer to your question, where you're going to get that money, is higher taxes.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Wife and I are having a discussion and would like input. Oh boy, are you sure?
No, shit. Leave her.
With utilities, okay, leave her. With utilities being city, state, and federal infrastructure, would it not make more sense to be nationalized so as maintaining such is forms of taxes is what? So as maintaining such is from taxes instead of a monthly gouged bill?
Yes, I agree with that. Socialism is a very, very dirty word, but that doesn't mean that you can take parts of it. In order to take, parts of, like the NHS, for instance, right? It's seen as a money drain, but it's a service. It's not meant to make money. It's a service, just like just like any other service. It's there to help people. It's not meant to turn a profit. You can go too capitalist, you can go too socialist, but what you want to do is somewhere in the middle where you take the good bits of all of them and just try and make life better for the people who live in your goddamn country. That does mean taking parts of socialism, and it does mean taking parts of capitalism. I see nothing wrong with that. Nationalizing the electrical grid, so you've got a price cap on people being able to cook their food and heat their homes. That's not fucking red under the bed communism shit. That is looking after the people who live in your country.
Yes, but I'm gonna disagree with the thing.
But
having
you
it as
said
part
yes,
of
and then I'm gonna disagree. Like,
yes, in the fact that there should be reasonable taxes or reasonable costs
on for $1 right there. Thank you, Doc. I'm not fuck you, man.
Well, yes, I'm going to agree that there should be reasonable costs on this stuff because I should not be paying a fucking $90-something to heat the studio. But I think privatizing, not even privatizing, scratch that. Having the government run anything is not a good idea. Having the government run infrastructure as far as taxes, gas, water, etc. We have seen the DOJ be weaponized in such a way that it is only going one direction. Imagine it gets to the point where, oh, you voted Trump. You were at January 6th. You know somebody at January 6th. We're cutting off your gas. We're cutting off your water.
Yeah.
That is something that can be abused so easily. And considering that the government doing anything almost instantly guarantees that it is going to be FUBAR, I cannot agree the fact that it should be. If you want to say that they should bill you annually, then maybe. If you want to pay $900 for a year of service on something, I think that should be okay. But as part of your taxes, all it's going to do is jack the tax rate up, jack the price up, because they're just going to sneak in fees and all this stuff like that. I'm going to say no.
But that's no different to banks saying to, what was his name? Fucking John Falcon. What's his name? The YouTuber. He got turned away from fucking banks and everything because they went, oh no, we know who you are. We don't agree with what you say. If you don't have a bank, you can't pay bills. You can't pay rent. You're essentially homeless.
Oh no, you're just sending cash in fucking envelopes.
Well, I mean, how is that any different? It's getting abused anyway. Look at your fucking gas bill. It is getting abused anyway.
Yeah, it's a
what
tough.
We got here is two options. Do you want it to get abused this way or this way?
I'd rather have it get abused to something I can take my business elsewhere on. Like if I get fed up with my gas company, I can go to the competing gas company, but I can't go to the competing government.
That's a fair point. Well, I mean, you can. Cost a lot more. You know?
Yeah, it's true. I'd have to buy a plane ticket.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I appreciate what you said. I don't know. I think for the greater good, nationalizing gas, electricity, and water. I mean, water is actually in the Western world considered a human right. Here, top tip, life hack for everyone: if you're struggling with bills, pay your water bill last, because they're not actually allowed to turn it off. Because water.
Oh no, they are. I've had my water turned off.
They're not allowed to.
Oh no, they are. They absolutely are. I had that cunt in my front. See, it was me this time.
It happened to you.
I had that cunt in my front yard with the beep 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 meter, and he stuck the prong thing in the ground and shut it off. We can have our water fucking turned off.
Where we actually have rights. Maybe that's just a thing over here.
It might be. But no, we can 100% have our water shut off. Fucking yeah, they don't give a shit.
That sucks. Okay. All right.
And dude, water and sanitary are the same thing over here. I pay $325 a month on my water bill.
Jesus Christ, really? I pay £44 every 3 months.
No, $325 because it's water and sanitation.
Ertica says pay Brits last.
I mean, Streamlabs down below. You could do it in any order you want.
Any order you want, man. You got rights as a fucking Western dwelling motherfucker. Best part of the world.
Hikira says I have a well. Well systems are good till you have to get that fucking septic tank replaced.
Yeah, till you find a body.
That's a bitch and a half. But yeah, no, water and sewer. Water, sewer, and sanitation. It is ridiculous.
I mean, like, there are good and bad sides.
And I have a leak in my tub. My water bill's about to be $400 this month, man.
Isn't that lovely? There's arguments for and against for nationalizing. Infrastructure is the word you said. And infrastructure is a basic thing. It's what allows a country to actually grow, and that is what we want. That's what even corporations, their bottom line, their bottom text is growth. Everyone wants growth. I don't think nationalizing the basic infrastructure is such a bad thing. You're right, it can totally be abused, but probably less than the amount that the corporations are currently abusing it, because they care more about growth than the country does. They will fucking hike prices, but also lower wages, and then boast about record profits.
I should be more clear. Every month I just make the minimum payment on it. So like monthly, I pay like $250, but every month it's like $325. But yeah, no, it is just absolutely fucking ridiculous.
We need we need a middle ground, Sin. That's but it's
the middle
not a
ground is
black and
always the
white
thing, but
does it?
when you're competing with corporate greed and governmental greed, there is no winning.
Yeah.
You just have to pick which dick you want to suck.
Do I want to?
Yahoo!
Do I want to go with the companies who are blasting me in the ass, or the government who's blasting me in the ass? Either way, it's just one big ass blast.
Mm-hmm. Why are you wasting money on studio? I don't pay money. I don't pay water at the studio. That's landlord shit here. He can pay that shit.
And he's not wasting money. Have you seen the content this man puts out? It's an investment.
That's true. This was an investment. This was the most expensive gamble I have ever taken in my life, and I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, man. And it's a tax write-off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You want to grab that, Polly? Then I'll grab mine.
Dog, thank you for the $5. Trade off, nationalize it, but tar and feather the corrupt politicians. Yeah, I don't think nationalizing anything is ever a good idea. That leads down to bad ends that I won't get into. It doesn't matter. Nationalizing is not a good idea. It's never really worked. Tar and feathering the politicians on
over.
I
I'd have loved
do-
it if you'd have joined in there, though, mate. I mean, if that's how you feel, you could have had something to say about it.
Didn't want to cut in on the salt, but corrupt politicians. Well, I mean, that has worked. I mean, certain colonial governors riding the rails during the 1770s was highly effective. So yeah, not the worst thing ever.
100% gain on that bad boy, right?
Oh, Valine, that looks like the chair I'm sitting in right now. I got for $100 from Staples. Arrow Shogun, remember when we only had half of the amount of money in all M1 and M2 circulation before 2020 and reckless money printing? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah.
Is that a real advert, by the way? Because I only saw it on Family Guy.
It totally is.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was just a meme. Okay.
No, there's like 5 or 6 or whatever the fuck, like a whole bunch. Do you know what I mean? Like,
It's like, remember when you could buy a human being? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
remember when we had our own drinking fountain? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Gulf City Librarian, that makes you, a fellow Ohioan, is always in the mid to low range for utility cost. Find middle ground with Seattle, New York, LA, San Francisco, and Sacramento. Your bills will skyrocket. Tell people who hate you. Yeah, man, while I think this is expensive, I could not imagine the cost of basic utilities in one of those fucking deranged blue areas. I couldn't imagine. That shit is insane. It's a natural ground well. Mine doesn't go through septic. Having your pump replaced is expensive as fuck, though. The well is 400 feet deep. If you don't mind, how much expensive is it? How much? I must know.
How much?
Anyway, here's what Biden has to say about all this.
And now the biggest threat to our recovery is the
Turn out,
reckless talk.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop.
Thank you.
And now the biggest threat to our recovery is the reckless talk. The reckless talk, my MAGA friends, this is not yours. I heard me say it's not your father's Republican Party.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Not yours. I heard me say it's not.
One more time.
It's not yours. I heard me say it's.
I just
I'm
one
not
more
going
time,
to
please.
exaggerate. Just hear me say this. I think.
He's saying it's not your father, it's not your friend. Like, legitimately, what is he saying?
No, it's
I don't know.
it's not your father. I'm not going to exaggerate. I can talk drunk.
Okay.
Reckless talk, my MAGA friends. This is not yours. I heard me say it's not your father's.
Yeah, no, I am getting drunk and I still don't understand it, and I would still
See,
punch Drunkle for a Witcher. Or, you know, whatever.
You punched me for a fucking packet of Marlboro Red.
No,
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
smoke Marlboro
exaggerate.
Reds.
It's not your. Sorry, Newport Red.
There we go.
I remember. It's Polly who smokes Marlboro Red. I think he said, "I'm not going to exaggerate. It's not your father," and that's where you paused it.
All right, hold on.
Reckless talk.
I'm gonna turn this up I'm gonna turn it up all the way. 600% audio.
I'm wearing headphones and I'm still leaning into the monitor.
I literally just I literally just put my face past the microphone. I need to figure out what he's saying. All right, I'm gonna start from the beginning.
The biggest threat to our recovery is the reckless talk. The reckless talk, my MAGA friends, this is not yours. I heard me say it's not your.
It makes less sense now.
He said it's not an exaggeration. That's what he was trying to say.
All right, Polly, what are you hearing?
He's talking British.
He said, "My MAGA friends, it's not so sure it's not your father." That's all I'm picking up.
It's not your father. It's not an exaggeration. All right, guys, let's try to decipher this fucking.
I say make a poll. Make a poll.
Okay, let's make a poll. Let's start a poll. Move my beer. Who's got it right? Drunkle? Oh, oop, wrong button. Oop. Polly. Ask the community. All right.
Right, it's not yours. I heard me say it's not your father's.
I think it's not an exaggeration. That's what I'm hearing.
It's not an exaggeration. It's not your father's Republican Party.
I think
that's what you continuum. Yes, that's okay. I'd buy that.
The thing is, we keep pausing at exactly the same spot, and we don't know what he says.
Okay, I'm not going to touch him up.
Reckless talk. Reckless talk. My MAGA friends, this is not yours. I heard me say it's not your father's Republican Party, but the Republicans in the United States Congress. They what they want to do with regard to the debt limit.
Ah, it's like, listen. So, grandfather, what was it like during the war? No, I think he says this isn't. It's not an exaggeration. It's not your father's Republican Party.
It's like I took what I was.
Debt ceiling limit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's like I took what I was about to say, wrote it down, threw it in a blender, and just dumped out the blender.
He's like a very, very poorly made AI.
Yeah.
You know, they're threatening to default on their national debt. In fact, planning to default, as some Republicans seem to be doing, puts us very much at risk. I believe we should be building on our progress, not go backwards. And
America's a nation that could be defined by a single word.
Oh, someone, please. How much? How much, then? How much?
50 cents.
Oh, you sound just like him.
I'm doing my best impression. It is $15.75.
Over at streamlabs.com /
like $4,400. Holy shit. When it happened like every decade or so. Okay, so $4,400. It's like $40 a month. Fine. And this. Can't forget this.
We talked about 28% tax.
You guys need volume. Oop.
Yep. He's a mumbler,
Great.
isn't he? He's a mumbler.
When we talk about
He's a low
28%
talker,
tax rate.
Polly.
It's just, this is my favorite thing about. Look at the lady behind him.
When we talk about 28% tax rate, Ronald Reagan was 28% tax rate.
Still in the whispering.
I don't like it when he
Stop.
whispers. Don't tell your parents about this.
Listen, this is just between us.
Ronald Reagan was doing those fucking tax rates. What's the point?
Who just hit the mic arm? I heard
That was Polly because I don't have springs on the outside.
I was reaching up the face palm. I'm sorry.
When we talk about 28% tax rate, Ronald Reagan was 28% tax rate.
Dude, it's so creepy.
It's a POTUSMR.
Wacko liberal guy, you know? The idea.
I'll give you some candy later.
Shh, it's okay.
I've got a mattress in the back of my van.
Listen, little girl. It's all right. Ugh, I give myself the fucking douche chills. Jesus.
Let me teach you how to drive stick.
Come here, little man. Whisper in here.
I've got some candy.
No 3-6 Mafia fans? Nothing? All right.
There's some good candy right at the bottom of my
Anyway,
pocket.
this made me laugh.
Go on.
This was literally me when I went to the UK. Look, they use toilets. I guess they're at least somewhat civilized. They even read books.
That was literally you. That was literally you when you came to the UK. That was literally you.
Literally me.
That was right. I believe the toilet was invented in Japan. If not, then they've actually made some serious innovations if you check it out.
Yeah, just the best toilets. I don't know if they made them.
And they are the best.
If you guys ain't hip to the bidet, I don't know what to tell you.
You are scared of the bidet. You have told me Shelley's bidet
I was
scares
scared
you.
of the cold bidet.
Of course, yeah, and you should be.
But we got a heated one.
You got a heated bidet now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing like a jet of lukewarm water on your sheriff's badge.
Yeah, man, it's pretty good. But this might be one of the coolest things I have ever seen. Cuphead, but Dark Souls.
Oh! Oh, do the music, man.
Oh, Sif.
It really helps that they're playing well, though, you know. Otherwise, Oh, that was cool.
Somebody put a lot of fucking effort into this.
That is a major stuff.
That's.
Can you go back to the when they were just going through the map just before the dragon? It's that wall before the dragon. It's that crow up on the wall. When they were through. It's that crow up on the wall. I'm loving that crow. There's somewhat Dumbo about it. Like, well, we shall see a lot of things, but we ain't seen no elephants.
Yeah, it's true.
That's lovely. That is so era specific. It's beautiful. Polly, have you played Cuphead? You love a platformer?
I have played Cuphead, yes.
And how do you feel about that game?
Game journos suck. Couldn't even make it past the fucking tutorial stage.
Yeah,
that was rough, man. I went back and
you've played it. What are your personal thoughts? What are your personal thoughts on
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word.
That's the one.
I was going to put him. Excuse me.
Just sent you a quick and dirty edit of Biden's face on Snapchat. I think you'll giggle. Where?
You fucking boomer.
Oh, you sent it on Snapchat. Hold on. Oh, that's you. I didn't realize that was you.
I got gifted Cuphead on Steam, and as soon as it came up, I went, "Oh fuck!" It's a notoriously difficult game, except for Aero Shogun, who says Cuphead rules. But
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him. Excuse me.
Oh, let me pull up this edit from Doc before I read that out. Boop, 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 boop.
Shadow Sonata, game journalist, said Elden Ring is too hard. We need an easy mode. And HoloLive VTuber said demolish bosses. That's what happened with Dark Souls 2, wasn't it? Someone said, can we have an easy mode? Replied, get good.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking wonderful.
So where are these kids you got for me? So where are these kids you got for me to sniff? I've got a diaper change scheduled in 30 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Seems pretty accurate, doesn't it?
Yeah. Biden is 80. My one grandfather was still driving a dump truck at his age and woodworking in his garage on the weekends. Both of them are more functional at 89 than Biden is now. That's true. Thank you, Valine, and thank you, Doc. Much appreciated. So we've had a lot of talk tonight about John Wick and his ass kicking. Have you guys seen the trailer for World War I John Wick?
No, I've been avoiding it.
Oh, you're watching it now, buddy.
Yeah, I'm watching it now. The things I do for this show.
I mean, I could kick you from the Discord for 2 minutes if you want.
I'd kick my fucking set. No, we're doing it. Come on, let's do it.
I cannot fucking wait to watch this.
Finland, Finland, Finland.
Call to Krill sent this to me. Why they didn't get the guy who played Kane in Supernatural is beyond me, but still.
Oh, I get it. So I had to think there, but yeah, that was a badass motherfucker. He seemed very angry that he just discovered gold.
He was.
Well, then why did you dig it there, bitch? You made a choice.
Hold on 1 second. To anybody who doesn't get that reference.
All right, so this is a thing off of one of the old Greek war stories, which the film The Warriors, and indeed the book The Warriors was based off of, which was an army which was still completely intact, but a segment of the army which is still completely intact, deep in enemy territory. But the country themselves lost the war, so they had to make their way back to their own borders through enemy territory, surrounded by enemies. The Warriors is perfectly analogous with that, and in fact, the writer even said that's what it was about. This is what's going on here, except this guy has discovered gold, he's surrounded by enemies, and he's got to get back home. Now, I'm not poo-pooing it. I love those kinds of stories.
So this was
enemies
Kane.
on all sides against all odds. Dude, he would be amazing.
Dude, look at his face. He would be
that
perfect.
was Kane, as far as I'm concerned. The guy was
no, this is it. This is just it. But this is the guy they should have gotten. But either way, I'm in it.
Ron Swanson would have been a good one as well.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad.
Well, actually, no. I'll tell you, because I texted you the other day about the show The Last of Us.
Yes, you did. Pedro Pascal is in that, isn't he? That's the only reason I'm seeing it.
And I watched the first 2 episodes, and that show is fucking brutal. And I went, I got to text Sinatra. He will love this. And but then I got to episode 3, and that's when I sent you the second text saying, actually, never mind, because it got physically gay.
Oh, that didn't...
Like, actually, like Ron Swanson fucks another man. I just did not see that coming. I just did not see that. I skipped the episode. I couldn't watch it.
I'll wait for it to at least be done with the first season before I watch it.
It's just skip episode 3, mate.
We're rich, boys.
Get down on your knees.
Fuck him up.
Where's Fassbender?
We got gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. That is how we all imagined we could fight when we got 3 drinks.
He became a one-man death squad.
So to J-Kate, if you're still out there, this is just for you. This is a modern day Red 3 Trees.
Yes!
He's one mean motherfucker that you do not want to mess with.
Oh, fire!
You'll see what happens when you take everything from him.
Do you really believe that he's immortal?
No, he just refuses to die.
How many minds did you bury here? All of them. You?
Please pause the trailer. Please stop. I can only get so wrecked.
And you?
Run.
This is not about who's the strongest. This is about not giving up. We have a word for that in Finland.
I can't fucking wait.
The thing is, like, they've come into the fucking cultural zeitgeist so because Nazis so hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
We might have a problem.
No.
Dude.
Oh, he's on the plane. You should have nuked the site from orbit.
Dude,
I'm watching that. I'm watching that.
I cannot wait.
Watching that. I'll watch it now. When's it coming out? It says coming soon. We need more information.
That's it. That's all we get.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
I cannot wait.
I'm sweating up.
All right, I'm going to take a leak real quick, and then we'll do the outro and all that shit. So you guys hold it down for 1 second. I'm doing the pee-pee dance.
I don't know. All my blood has gone to a different part of my body right now, man.
Can't think anymore.
I'm seeing stars.
Mm.
I mean, look, it is obviously it's just fucking faithless action, isn't it? And as I say, they got the cultural zeitgeist right because it's killing Nazis, brilliant Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
But it is going to be just a generic action movie. Here's the thing, though, Polly. Sometimes you need a generic action movie. Just like Sinatra the other day, he just needed KFC. You know, you can eat all your nourishing food.
The hell yeah.
But sometimes you want something a little more greasy. You know.
Yeah, no, pointless action's fine as long as it's done well.
Fuck yeah. It's
Hell
it's cinematic junk food. Treat yourself.
There you go. JK, April 28th, Uncle.
April 28th. That is not far away. I've got. Do you know what I'm really looking forward to? March 17th, which is just under a week away. Shazam 2.
What? Really looking forward to that?
Mate, I loved Shazam 1. I'm looking forward to Shazam 2.
Is it Sinbad or Shaq in this one?
It's Shaq is in Shaquille O'Neal or Shaq is in Samuel L. Jackson?
Shaquille O'Neal.
No. It's Chuck from the series Chuck.
In Shazam?
The movie Shazam, the DC.
Oh, that's Shazam.
Yeah, I loved Shazam 1, and I went to the cinema to watch Quantum Mania. I know, stupid. I shouldn't have done it.
Was it bad?
But I saw this dude is. I mean, it's not good. There were no stakes.
Damn, are you guys really still streaming? Well, these guys showed up late, so we had to get a full show for them too.
I was fucking 10 minutes late.
Late. Timothy Odmanson, the actor who played Kane, had a major stroke in 2017. He had to relearn how to walk and is still having trouble talking. Oh, no shit. Really? That's... Oh, jeez.
Strokes can really fuck a motherfucker up, you know?
Yeah.
Look at fucking Seinfeld with Elaine. She gave a man a stroke by having sex with him and then ended up singing the Yankee Beans song.
You're thinking of Kazam, oh. Damn. That... Yeah, I got really fucking lucky. I got very lucky with mine, but that movie looks phenomenal.
It does look good. I mean, a heads up, I've only just realised it is going to be next... Actually, no, it's next Saturday, isn't it? 7th? No, hang on. It's next Friday, the 17th?
Usually Friday, I think that's a Thursday.
It looks like I might be...
17th is a Friday, yes.
Either late or not attending because...
What? That's crazy.
And also, it's St. Patrick's Day.
It is St. Patty's Day, yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Which is a perfect segue to the video I'm putting out after this, which is St. Patty's Day drinks.
There you go.
So if anyone wants to hit the John Wick, just to be topical on the way out, that'd be greatly appreciated. But do you guys... I mean, just seeing it would be good too. I'm just going to put it on full screen just in case so we don't miss it.
John Wicks.
It would be like 2 John Wicks. Drunkle not showing up for this job? No, I know. It's completely unheard of.
Hey, Shazam 2 and St. Patrick's, all right? Let's back
you guys
up.
have anything to shill on your way out?
You gaming, Drunkle?
No. I'm not. My chest... I'm on the mend. Well, my chest does still very much hurt. I can't sit there for 4 hours and just talk non-stop. I can do this stream, and that's fine. I'll be back on Monday, though. I think I'm over the worst of it.
Nice. We'll be doing a noir bar tonight over on my channel, 12:30 a.m. Eastern.
How late do you plan on being for that?
Yeah, when the bar opens, it opens. Hopefully, very close to 12:30. It's mostly set up and.
For some reason, what the fuck? Why can I not sign into my Speakeasy channel? What's going on? Huh. Okay, so I have a video coming out on the Speakeasy and a video coming out stream highlight because the microphone should be here tomorrow on the Sin and Sash channel. Go ahead and check that out at your leisure. Sin is being catty tonight. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I explained my displeasure much earlier in the show.
Tonight?
So, yeah, I don't mind being a little bit catty. Go ahead and check those out at your convenience. Keep your eye out for Noir Bar and Fright Power tomorrow night. Go check that out as well. The poll. Drunkle won the poll.
I won the poll.
Thank you for the content, Sin. Much appreciated. Polly and Drunkle. Drunkle won the poll. What is Polly's impersonation of Biden?
Oh, that was him trailing off. The bar opens when it opens.
Why can I not log in? What the hell? Maybe I have to do it like this?
Oh, shit. Hakira threw $3. Sorry, I missed it. Hakira threw $3 for the Ricky Spanish and said, England invented the toilet. Now, that could be true, but it does sound like something I would say.
Ooh. Toilet.
I'll tell you who's yet to invent it. Fucking India.
The flush toilet, human waste, community maintaining separation between human and their waste.
India does get some things right, though. I was chatting to the guy.
They still don't have toilets.
No, exactly, but they do get some things right. I told you about the guy who stole my girlfriend's phone. And I chased him.
England, 1778.
Oh, there you go. And what a film that was. I was walking behind him going, thief, thief. Like, all I was missing was the bell from Game of Thrones. You know? Shame, shame. And the guy, he said, he was on about there were shoplifters into his, it's one of those Indian shops. So he goes, no, they came in, but you can't do anything. He goes, in India, if you catch someone shoplifting, you beat them with sticks. And he went, that's why I like you.
That's good.
You chased that thief down the road.
I like that. That's good. All right, guys, but that's it. Keep an eye out for that stuff. Noir Bar video going live right now on the second channel and the Speakeasy channel. Guys, have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for the incredible donations tonight, and we will see you all in the next one.
When's the next one, Sinatra?
That'll be Monday at 5:30 EST if you show up, and 5:30 a.m. Christmas Island.
And 10:30 p.m. GMT. And I will be there, guys. I'll be better. I'll be better. It only takes about a week to get over this shit. I'll be fine.
All right. Later, guys.